And we're live, everybody. Welcome in here. Thanks so much for stopping by once again. Live on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Great matchup in store tonight here in this one in State College, Pennsylvania. I'll be on the play-by-play call over for you guys on my YouTube channel tonight here. Hey, welcome in here. Chicago plays looking Michigan State in this one. Good luck with your stream, my man, as well. We're streaming the same game tonight here. My man, Ryan, what is good here? Yep, Super Tuesday. Everybody out there, hey, welcome in here, Triet, my man. Thanks so much for stopping by, as we're going to get this rolling in a couple minutes from now. Michigan State on the road, number 16 in the nation, on a roll, winners of their past 3 straight games. Cassius Winston looking good here, dropping 23 against Nebraska, 20 against Iowa, and on Saturday, they owned it against Maryland, beat them 78-66, where Cassius Winston had a half-court buzzer beater shot to end the first half there for Michigan State. They take on Penn State here in this one. Penn State, number 20 in the nation. Both of these teams seeded, I think, on the bracket line as a number 4 seed, according to ESPN. Penn State 1 game behind Michigan State in the conference, 11-7 in the Big Ten, 21-8 overall, whereas Michigan State is 20-9. With their record so far. Should be a fantastic matchup indeed. I'll keep you guys updated throughout scores throughout college basketball tonight here. Got a couple big bubble games in action. Richmond in action, tipping off in a little bit, same as Cincinnati. Already Mississippi State in action as well, as Mississippi State, I look last, was trailing by 10 against South Carolina. That game is for the bubble as well. South Carolina still has a chance to be a part of the tournament, but it's very far-fetched. Texas in action later tonight. So game number 1, guys, out of 2 games tonight here. I'll be doing Tennessee against Kentucky a little bit later after this one. Hey, welcome in my man Alex here. Guess who's in the house? My man from the DMV Sportsnet, Alex here. Welcome back on the channel, bud. Hawkeye Nation, welcome in here, man. He's putting out, I should buy my URI Final Four tickets now. No chance, but maybe for the NIT. Maybe it'll make the NIT Final Four, but it doesn't look too promising right now. Hey, welcome in, Michael here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Do I think that Duquesne can beat VCU, who has a record of 18-11? I will say yes. You guys have a good chance to beat VCU tonight, because I think one of the players for VCU, Durante Jenkins, he announced last week that he is stepping down from the team, so I think he's like one of the top scorers there for VCU. So that was tragic when that happened last week for VCU, but it just, unfortunate, it seems like a lost season. For what was supposed to happen this year for VCU to be ranked like they were for like a week or so, and then they lost to LSU, and they got that taken away. They were supposed to make it to the tournament, and unfortunately, this year has just been a lost season for VCU. Hey, welcome in here, Vaughn. Thanks so much for stopping by. Did I hear the update in the whole Olympics situation? I actually did not. I actually didn't for the whole Olympics thing. Hey, what is good? Jack is back here on the channel. I appreciate my man for stopping by here again. Alex cheering for Penn State in this one. Hey, welcome in here. Jack Ritter, thanks so much for stopping by here. How about those Kansas Jayhawks? Yep, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, number 1 in the nation. Looking so solid right now. Hey, welcome my man Ant back on the channel. Brian putting out, who's my favorite college basketball team? It's Rhode Island and Providence for college basketball. So URI and Providence are my 2 favorite teams. I'm from that neck of the area, up in Massachusetts, right down the road from Providence, Rhode Island. Hey, there's my man John. Good luck on your stream, bud, as well. He's calling a hockey game tonight. Big game, Bruins, Tampa Bay. So good luck to your stream, bud. I'll see if I can drop in at halftime here and give you guys an update of what's going on during my game, if anything is happening out here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by here. Welcome to the channel, James H. So we welcome you guys into the channel. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if anybody's new here, as I call it play-by-play basketball Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Penn State going right to left in the court in the white home uniforms for this one. Blue numbers and letters. Michigan State going in the dark green. So you got that interesting color of the greenish yellow that they got going on for the numbers and the letters right there. Already quick start by Penn State. Lob over the top. They jam it down right there for the alley-oop slam, and it starts out 2-zip. Nittany lines on top through the first 30 seconds. Hey, welcome in Vegas Vix, my man. Thanks so much for stopping by here, bud. Penn State just scored. Michigan State with their first possession. Winston passes left baseline into the hands now of Malik Hall. Passes this one over to the left corner. Shot fake over to the left elbow. Hall passes now into the hands of the right baseline of Tillman. Tillman, right baseline jumper, no good off the mark, and rebound by Penn State by Lamar Stevens. So, let's see here. Yes, I heard about that. Prayers out to everybody in the Nashville area, man. That's so, so sad. 2-zip to score. Penn State second possession. They got it at the right wing perimeter. Nittany Lions have the basketball. Moves it over to the right wing. Shot fake here. Dribble drive. Passes it back to the left corner into the hands of Wheeler. Takes a three. It's up. And it's good. Nittany Lions in a fire start with Jamari Wheeler's three. 5-zip start here by Penn State. Michigan State second possession. They get the basketball over to Henry. Passes back to the top now to Hall. Hall moves it now over left wing. Pass to Winston. Winston left corner baseline dribble, and he steps out of bounds. As he got the pass off to, it's going to be going back to Penn State. So yes, indeed, guys, prayers to everybody out in Nashville. Prayers out in Nashville. I know the Tennessee Titans and the Nashville Predators, they were helping out, like assisting people in the whole Nashville tornado. 5-zip, Penn State, third possession, floater, right elbow off the mark, no good. Tipped out of bounds, though. Last touched out of bounds by Michigan State, so it's going to go back to Penn State here. Oh, wow, Alex put it out. One of his friends yelled Osama bin Laden in class without a teacher in the classroom, and that was mad funny. Oh, man. It would have been quite the concern about that if it was about like 12 to 15 years ago. That's for sure. Left elbow jumper, no good off the mark by Penn State. By Mike Watkins, gets rebound by Michigan State. Spartans with the basketball. This is possession number 3 now for Michigan State. They've yet to score through the first 2 minutes. Will a 17-12 record make Providence go to the big dance? Yes. They've gotten so many big wins lately against quality opponents, and that has been huge for Providence. That is a yes there. Providence will be going to the March Madness tournament. The only thing that's in their way is a loss against DePaul. That's all. They just have to make sure they don't lose against DePaul. 5-2 to score. Penn State with the ball now. Dribbling with Watkins. Watkins at the left elbow. Passes over left corner to Myron Jones. Jones now dribbles to the left wing, swings it back over, top of the key to Watkins, passes inside, back over to Watkins, who jams it down over Tillman for 2. Second alley-oop of the game, just like that by Penn State. They're up 7-2. 3 minutes through right now. Vegas Vic's putting out, he thinks that Michigan State's going to lose this game. If I had to bet on this one, I like how Sparty's coming in right now on a 3-game winning streak. And they weren't phased in the last game. They beat Maryland. They're just off to a slow start right now. I'm going to go Sparty in this one. Jumper in the key. Wow, Penn State coming out strong with a block right there. Here they go in transition. Nittany Lions swings it back over to Lundy. Lundy left wing. They take a 3. It's up. And it's good. 3 more right there by Penn State. 10-2. Hot start. Seth Lundy with a 3-ball. Yeah, dude. Providence is like a 9 seed, I think, in some of the brackets. Either a 9 or a 10. So they went from being in the 12 playing game against like NC State or USC now to being like a 9 or a 10 with that big win against Villanova on Saturday. Top of the key. Tillman passes this one over, moves to the right wing, deep 2, taken. That one's off the mark, no good by Rocket Watts. Rebounds by Penn State. Nittany Lions get it. 16-10 left to go in the first half. Penn State dribbles. Left baseline with Lundy. Passes it back out now, top of the key over to Stevens. Moves it back to the right wing. URI is 20-8. Why won't they make the tournament? It's because they don't really have any good quality of victories. They've only beaten Providence and Alabama. That's it for good quality victories. The good victory about a month ago, the 2 victories over TCU, 1 on the road and 1 at home. Well, those don't really look good so far because VCU just keeps on dropping games. So VCU has hurt them, and also West Virginia has hurt them. Rhode Island lost by 5 against West Virginia as Michigan State just scored right there. But West Virginia's killed themselves over this past month. They just keep on losing game after game after game. Floater. No good in the key by Penn State. Rebound here by Sparty. Michigan State with the basketball. They have it at the left wing. Passing inside. Slamming it down for 2. As that bucket will count and they get fouled as well. As it stops the clock with 15:20 left to go in the first half. Good one so far here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub as I call play-by-play. Hey, welcome in here, Patrick. Thanks so much for stopping by again. Indeed, Vegas Vix. Providence Friars coming together. One name to know, guys. If you don't know him yet, Lawan Pipkins. Lawan Pipkins is the name to know there for the Providence Friars. He is coming on hot. He averaged 21 points for UMass in his sophomore season. He averaged 16 last year for UMass before he transferred over now for his senior season at Providence, and he's picking up. November and December was a struggle for the point guard, Lawan Pipkins. He told Ed Cooley during the game against Marquette during the first half, he was like, hey Ed, let's put me in, coach. I can show you how to play this game. And Ed Cooley inserted him into the lineup, and here they go. And Lawan Pipkins is on fire for Providence, and this team has just caught fire at the right moment. Hey, thanks so much, Alex, for stopping by here. I appreciate my man. Looks like he's going to be back later. Michael putting out 2-zip. Duquesne is down right now against VCU. Yeah, I'll update you guys throughout the scores through these games tonight here. By the way, we got a lot of bubble games. Yep, that is for sure. Rhode Island's got a lot of injured players right now. The problem Vegas Vix is because they only play 7 players in the roster. That's basically it. They only play with like 7 players there. The starting 5 and then 2 players off the bench they play with. Jacob Toppin and Makai Long. Those are the 2 bench players. So they basically play with a whole starting 5. So that's why like Fats Russell gets like he's averaging like something crazy like 35, 36 minutes per game. They barely rotate. That's the problem. So it's like fatigue, tiredness now, and they were in a hot like 10-game winning streak back in January into February, and that's not happening now because they are fatigued and their big man Cyril Langevin is down. Their big man Cyril Langevin got a shoulder injury last week. He did play against St. Louis, but he shouldn't really have been playing like many minutes in that game. And then I think Tyrese Martin was the other one. I think he injured himself against Fordham, and he didn't even practice leading up to the St. Louis game, and he played way more minutes than what he expected to play. That was just they came into that game banged up, and hopefully if they're gonna take on Dayton, they're going to take them on tomorrow. Hopefully they're fresh and ready to go there. And hopefully they just find like some way with like a magic wand able to get past them. Because from what I saw on Sunday, it didn't really look too likely. Hey, welcome in there, Braden. Thanks so much for stopping by, bud, on the channel. Looks like he likes Penn State in this one. Vegas Vix likes them to come back next year. They're going to be in the tournament. Mark his words. I think St. Louis is going to be ranked next year. That whole starting 5 was all like, I think there were like 3 or 4 sophomores. And where Rhode Island really got banged up was on the rebounds. That is a big rebounding team. I think the last name of the player was Bell. Bell, the freshman for St. Louis. He just destroyed Rhode Island on Sunday in the rebounds. Like, that was, like, no match. Like, they did not game plan to, like, go up against that Bell dude. So we go back to this game right here. Hey, welcome in, Jason. Thanks so much for stopping by. Gonna update you guys with a couple of scores, what's going on in college basketball at the moment, if I can get it. South Carolina leading Mississippi State 35-27. The score right now, Mississippi State is in the last 4 out with Rhode Island, Richmond, and also NC State. Davison leading Richmond. So talk about the bubble collapsing here. Davison up early 13-6 against Richmond, and VCU leads Duquesne 6-4. We had the foul shot at the free throw line after break, and that one's good by Michigan State. We're back into this game. Penn State with the basketball. They got right baseline. Backing their way inside the low post for Penn State. Puts up the jumper. No good. Hits the rim short. They get the offensive rebounds. Low post puts it back up. And John Harrar gets fouled. So Harrar will go to the free throw line. Shoot 2 now as he was fouled by Xavier Tillman. Yeah, I'm not too confident myself about Penn State either in the tournament. Like, this is like usually like a non-basketball school that is going to go to the tournament this year. And usually that doesn't really go so well. Hey, welcome in here, Michigan State fan. Thanks so much for stopping by. Can I show my turtle? Maybe another day. The turtle is in the other room right now, so unfortunately not today. But if you want to see the game between the Celtics and the Rockets on that stream, I did gladly show him during that stream back on Saturday night when I called the Celtics-Rockets game. First shot was up, and that's good at the free throw line by Penn State. And second shot's good as well. 12-7 to score, 15 minutes left to go in the first half. Michigan State with the basketball, dribbles past the half-court logo. Tillman's got it now at the top of the key. Looking to hand it off, puts it into the hands of Rocket Watts. Watts now with the ball, left wing perimeter for Michigan State. Now it's over to Cassius Winston. Winston, left baseline dribble, swings it back now. Tillman. Pass it over to Henry. Henry at the right elbow. Pass inside to Tillman. Tillman. Turnaround jumper in the key. It's off the mark, and it's going to be a foul by Michigan State anyway, so ball goes right back over to Penn State. So Penn State will get back to basketball. Oh, Michigan State fan. He likes turtle soup because they just crushed the Turtles in the last game. So that's why. I see. So you guys beat Maryland by 12. Dribble drive inside. Penn State with a left hand. Gets it blocked, though. Michigan State with a block there by Tillman. Passes over to Winston. Winston makes his move inside. Lost control of the basketball. Gets it back. Passes over to Gabe Brown. The ball tipped out of bounds by Penn State. And it goes right back over to Michigan State. So Spartans will get the ball back here on the inbounds. Hey, welcome in Prime Time. Thanks so much for stopping by. Let's see. I'm going to read this chat. In the conference tournament, Ryan put in his predictions here. 3 of the 4 guys said Davison would be winning the A10. Only 1 said Dayton. Wow. Oh my gosh. And I've got St. Louis. I've got St. Louis to do it. Jumper in the key in the turnaround. Tillman's got it for 2. 12-9 to score through the first 6 minutes of action here. Penn State with the basketball under 14 left to go in the first half. Hey, welcome in, NFL Nation. Thanks so much for stopping by here. Left wing 3 off the mark. No good. Rebound, Michigan State. Winston with the basketball. Dribbles top of the key. Takes the 3. It's up. No good. Off the back iron. Big rebound, though. Michigan State gets it. It's going to be a foul, though. Foul by Michigan State by Gabe Brown on the rebound. So ball goes back over to Penn State here with 13:37. Ooh, name an NBA team for you to rebuild. Okay. I'm going to go with the T-Wolves there. So, go with Minnesota, I'll name for you. 12-9 to score. Welcome on the channel, Dylan Nickerson. Thanks so much for stopping by here. I appreciate it, man, for finding my channel. I call play-by-play of college basketball, NBA, March Madness tournament on the stream. Penn State with the ball. They have it at the left wing of the perimeter into the hands now. Lamar Stevens. Stevens hands this one off over to Brockington. Brockington, left baseline, back over to Stevens. Takes a 3. It's off the mark. No good. They get the offensive rebounds. And there'll be a foul called on Kittier as well in the low post. So Thomas Kittier for Michigan State picks up the foul. And Penn State will get the inbound coming up. That is foul number 2 right now for Sparty in this game. $12-9 to score. 13-10 left to go in the first half. Penn State with the basketball. They take a deep 2. This one is up. No good. Rolled around the rim. Rebound Michigan State. Spartans with the basketball. They take it past the half court now, right wing into the hands of Winston. Winston passes back out. They take a deep 2. It's up, no good, but ooh, Xavier Tillman jamming it down right there with a two-handed putback. 12-11 to score, 12:45 left to go. Tillman trying to get this Michigan State team going on right now. They're back 1-1. Penn State with the basketball. Over to Wheeler. Wheeler, bounce pass now to the left elbow. Into the hands of Stevens. Stevens, left baseline, going for the reverse-handed layup. No good. Too strong off the backboard. Rebound, Michigan State. Spartans with the ball. They got it now over into the hands of Winston. Winston at the left wing. Bounce pass to Tillman. Tillman at the top of the key. 12:20 left to go in the first half. Tillman. Bounce pass to his right, but it goes out of bounds. Looking for Kyle Arns, and Arns couldn't cut to the ball in time, and it goes out of bounds. Hey, welcome on the channel, Dylan Nickerson. Thanks so much for stopping by here, Michigan State. We got here in the house for Dylan here on the channel. Prime Time's got a game on Sunday there. Good luck, man, to the game as well. And Ryan's going to get D'Lo and Karl Anthony Towns. Awesome, man. So he's going to do his rebuild with the Timberwolves. 12-11 Penn State basketball. Myron Jones has it. Swings it back out to the left wing. 3 in the air. Hits the front rim. No good again. Another offensive rebound. Penn State puts it up. And it's going to be a blocking foul by Michigan State, I think. And the key right there is going to stop the clock with 12:03. Yep, Kentucky should be able to get that W for sure, Ant. Tonight there, in my opinion. They're just red hot. Like, if I could name a team that could beat Kentucky, I can't name any. I can't name any right now. I got Kentucky as the champion right now. They're just red hot. First shot coming up at the free throw line. That one's up, that one's through. My final four today. Somebody's going to make it from the Big Ten. I think it's going to be a shocking one. I do like Michigan State, though, to make it into the Final Four from the Big Ten. I think they're going to catch fire in March and be back in the AP top 15. They're right now number 16. Second shot's good at the line, 14-11. I like Kentucky and Kansas, though, in the championship. Left corner 3. Off the mark, no good. Florida State and Michigan State is the other 2 teams in the Final Four right now. 14-11, 3 ball. Left wing, that one's up and good in transition by Penn State. They nail down the triple. 17-11. Miles Dredd now gets the 3 ball. It's 11:40 left to go in the first half. That would be an incredible championship for sure, Ants. Kansas versus Kentucky. Inside, Michigan State puts it up and in for 2 more. 11.5 left to go in the first half. Penn State, dribble drive. Banks it up and in. This team plays quick. They go right back off on the inbound, go coast to coast for 2 more off the layup. Jack put it out here. If you could name a team that could beat Kentucky, he would say Tennessee. It's been a crazy season. It's been an insane college basketball season, and I hope there's more surprises coming in during the season. Michigan State with the ball. It takes a 3. They miss it off the mark. Penn State gets it right back in transition. Myron Jones has it. Top of the key, fires. He's got the 3. Myron Jones with a 3-point shot is 22-13. 10:45 left to go in the first half. Michigan State now with the basketball. They got it now at the top of the key. Dribbles to the right elbow. Winston takes the jumper, floats it, no good off the back iron. Rebound Penn State. Man, where did Michigan State, starting out way cold today? I was not expecting this. Still got a lot of game left to go, though. 10:25 left to go in the first half. Let's see here. VCU up 10-8 against Duquesne, as these are massive. Triple going down right there by Penn State from the right wing. 25-13. Yeah, Tom Izzo is going to call a timeout right now because this is just getting out of control. I did not expect this at all. The craziness of college basketball. Just watch it be a random mid-major that just makes it into the Final Four. It's just so wide open this season. What could happen? But right now we go to a TV timeout. Xavier Tillman. They need to go straight through with Tillman here because he is leading the way with 9 points. Cassius Winston with 2. He was doing great the past 3 games. He was off the chains there for Winston. Tonight, though, he is struggling right now. 2 points. And Malik Hall with 2 points. Yet to get Rocket Watts going. Watts with 0. Aaron Henry with nothing as well. Penn State leading the way. 6 points so far by Mike Watkins. 6 by Myron Jones. Alright, so right now we're just on break. We got a lot of games to go over. Let's see what's going on. Scoreboard update for everybody right now. We'll start off A10 first. So we'll start out with the A10 first. Davison leading Richmond. This is a game that Richmond cannot afford to lose. 19-13. Davison leads by 6 against Richmond with 11:30 left to go in the first half. VCU up against Duquesne. 16-11 right now. Other games going on in action for the bubble. Mississippi State losing against South Carolina 40-35. Mississippi State was in that last 4 group with Richmond, Rhode Island, and also in there with North Carolina State. Kind of a correlation between those 2 teams. NC State got crushed yesterday by Duke. Richmond is down right now early. Mississippi State down right now as well. Another team on the bubble, Cincinnati taking on Florida. Cincinnati leading 16-15. Cincinnati against South Florida. Cincinnati leading South Florida 16-15 right now. Not Florida. They're not in the conference for the Gators. That is South Florida. Another bubble game. Rutgers. If they got to get to the tournament, you got to win this game. 14-8. They lead Maryland early on. So that's a massive matchup there. Rutgers up early against Maryland. Huge, huge game for Rutgers for their chances to make their first tournament since 1991. 16-11. So VCU up now by 5. Thanks so much for the update there, Mike. Hey, welcome in. Chicago plays in Ohio State basketball. Welcome back in here, guys. Who's going to win the conference championship games? I think Kentucky's going to be able to do that in the SEC. The big question is, who's going to be able to do it in the Big Ten? Big Ten's so wide open. Big East as well. Big East has got a couple teams there. Seton Hall, Creighton could possibly be the Big East final, but Providence coming out of nowhere. Providence could go straight out, get red hot, and win it all. I've got UCLA winning the Pac-12. UCLA's called it red hot. They look like Oregon from last season. And man, what a season for Mick Cronin. But the big question is about the Big Ten. Big Ten is so wide open. It can be anybody in the Big Ten. I'm going to go with Michigan State. I think Michigan State against Ohio State, though. Yep, Ohio State definitely has a chance as well to win it. There's a bunch of teams. Iowa, you can throw out Iowa in there as well. It's so wide open, and of course Maryland also. So wide open. That one is more wide open. Even, you can go down the list that, like, Michigan could win it. So many teams that could possibly win it. Indeed, Vegas Vix. UCLA turned around their season big time. I've got them right now. I've got them winning the Pac-12. Hey, welcome in here, Viren. Thanks so much for stopping by. Montreal in the house here, my man. As we get back to action, Penn State. And don't forget about Penn State as well. I think they're just good. They're just a good home team. Like, I'm not sure if they'll be able to get to the final in a neutral court. That's the thing for the championship. Left baseline dribble. Michigan State takes the jumper. That one difficult shot, but they hit it up and in right there for 2. Aaron Henry finally on the board now with 2 points. 9:45 left to go in the first half. 4 ESPN analysts had Washington for the Pac-12. Whoa. I had them in my preseason poll, like, in around, like, I think, like, the 22-23 range for my preseason top 25. They had, like, a lot of big-name recruits there. Isaiah Stewart, Jaden McDaniels for Washington. They just couldn't put it together this season. But imagine if that had happened. It's actually a 20... Penn State just went inside, put it up and in for 2. So it's 27-15 right now. 27-15 the score. Off the bucket inside by Penn State. Got a stoppage in time right now on the court. Penn State will get the inbound. 9:20 left to go in the first half. John Harrar. He's got 4 points so far for the Nittany Lions. Inbound coming up for Penn State. Penn State with the ball. Ooh, it gets stolen now by Michigan State. Spartans with it. Into the hands of Rocket Watts. He dribbles now to the right wing. Moves it back. Foster Lawyer passes to the left wing. Michigan State with it. Dribble to the left baseline. Moves it back to the left wing perimeter. 9 minutes left to go. 2 on the shot clock. Passing. Watts takes a 3. It's blocked. And it's going to be Penn State basketball off the block. Here they go. Taking one man into the lane. Penn State puts it up. 2 strong off the backboard. Tried to go for the tip. No good off the backboard again. Rebound Michigan State. Spartans have it. 8:45 left to go. Moves it around the perimeter. Left corner 3 up in the air. They got it. Big 3-point triple from the outside by Sparty to draw, winning back 9. 8:35 left to go. Rocket Watsu got 21 points against Illinois and Iowa already this season. He hits the big-time left corner 3. Penn State right back at you. They hit the 3 with Seth Lundy from the left wing. This one's going back and forth right now. Michigan State takes another corner 3. It's off the mark. No good by Watts. Rebound Penn State. Nittany Lions move it. Another 3. Top of the key. Oh, man, they got it again. Draining triples here. This is ridiculous. Penn State. Massive 3 balls. Myron Jones. Perfect 3 for 3 from behind the arc. He's got 9. 8 minutes left remaining. Michigan State with the ball once again. Foster Lawyer. Moves it to the left wing perimeter. Yep. Ohio State beat UNC 74-49. I remember calling that one. We had, like, that was, like, mad people in the chat. Lawyer, dribbling at the left elbow. Dribbles back and takes it deep, too. Oh, he's got it. Foster Lawyer hits it for 2. That saves Michigan State right now. 13-point game. They got to play some defense and guard the perimeter. Penn State with it, and we get a foul picked up on the court. I'll stop the clock now with 7:32 left to go. Timeout here taken on the court, everybody. We're going to get back to action in a couple moments. Yeah, UNC is going to be back next year. UNC will be a dangerous team next year. Oklahoma State's going to be good as well. So currently we're just on break. We'll get back in a couple moments, everyone. I'll update you guys with scores. So let's see here. VCU up 17-13 against Duquesne. Mike is putting out here. Let's see here. I'll take a look at the conference tournament games. They got a lot of quarterfinal stuff that they got going on tonight. I know they got like a quarterfinal of the, or I think it's like the first round. It's not even quarterfinal stuff for some of the league. Yeah, it's like first round of the Patriot League they got going on right now. But it's the bottom 4 teams that's playing in it. Because a lot of the teams got a bye. It's Holy Cross has only 3 wins this year. They're taking on Bucknell. Bucknell has been good like the past like 2-3 seasons before, but this year is like a rebuilding year for Bucknell. But that's Patriot League already started out their tournament tonight. I'll take a look, see what we got for other ones. Nothing in the WCC tonight. WAC, nothing there. Sunbelts, nothing in the Sunbelt yet. Summit, they don't play tonight for the Summit. Southland, no. Southern, no. SWAC, nothing yet. Oh, let's see. Ohio Valley usually starts early. They don't even start today, do they? Mountain West doesn't start. It's a couple of them. Missouri Valley, no. They don't start either. MAC doesn't start either. The NEC. See, nope. The NEC actually doesn't start. Colonial. Colonial doesn't start. It's only like very few. Big South. Yeah, Big South starts. Okay, so yeah, Big South and Patriots started today. It looks to be. Hey, welcome in here, Landon. Thanks so much for stopping by here. Iowa plays Purdue today, and then on Sunday they play Illinois. That's huge games there, especially for Purdue. Purdue has got a slim chance to be in the tournament. They basically got to win all the way basically to the Big Ten title game if Purdue wants to be in. There's so many bubble games tonight. So that game, that game's at 9 o'clock. So we'll know when I go through Tennessee, Kentucky later today. We'll know more about that game. But yeah, the Big South is in action tonight. Couple of teams here in first round action for the Big South Conference. And also Oklahoma in action later today. They take on Texas. That is a huge game as far as bubble implications. I saw that somebody on ESPN projected that Florida would win the SEC championship. Somebody on ESPN projected that Boston University would beat Colgate in the Patriot League title game. I was like, what? You gotta be serious. Like, what? Like, I would be stunned if that actually happened. I saw BU play this season. And it was just nothing special. They did win, but it was against Dartmouth. They barely won. But they aren't really known as their basketball program. I mean, if I was watching hockey, it'd be totally different. Be like, yeah, I bet on their team for hockey, but they're 0-2 against Colgate. They got crushed against Colgate twice. It's gonna take a miracle to beat Colgate in the Patriot League. No good on the jumper by Penn State. In the key, we're back to action. Michigan State with the basketball. Henry takes a three. No good. Hits the front rim. Rebound Penn State. 7:15 left to go in the first half. Penn State now with the ball. They double now. Top of the key. Lob over the top. Missed alley-oop to get the basketball back. In the low post. Back in their right. Floats it up. Stevens. Off the mark. No good. Rebound Henry and Michigan State. Under 7 minutes left to go. They pass it now over. Henry into the lane, right baseline, too strong off the backboard. Kithier gets the rebounds. Michigan State sets it up in the foul, right behind by Penn State in the key, so Michigan State will get the ball back in the inbound. That's foul number 3 by Penn State. Hey, welcome in there, Mike Black. Thanks so much for stopping by in the channel, man. I appreciate it. 6:50 left to go in the first half. If you guys are new, a first timer on the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here as I call play-by-play. Tillman moves it over, a left wing three, off the mark by Arns, but an offensive rebound back over to Tillman here. Tillman with the basketball. They have it at the top of the key for Michigan State. 6:35 left to go in the first half, and another quick foul picked up by Penn State, this time by Miles Dredd. Colgate equals toothpaste, yes. Basically have a university that's made with their name out of toothpaste, basically, that has the same name as the toothpaste company. 33-20, 6:30 left to go. Michigan State almost lost it. They get the basketball back now into the hands of Winston. Winston dribbles to the right baseline, makes his move inside, low post by Cassius Winston. Nice pass over to the left corner, 3 in the air, and they missed the 3 ball, and it goes, and it rattles out, rebound Penn State. 6:15 left to go. Nittany Lions have it into the hands of Wheeler. Wheeler passes back out on top to Stevens, moves it over right wing back over to Wheeler at the left wing. Wheeler with the basketball, passes left corner to Jones. Curtis Jones moves it back over to Dredd, moves it around the perimeter back to the right wing for Penn State. Top of the key now for the Nittany Lions. They take a 3, it's no good off the back iron, rebound Michigan State. 5:50 left to go in the first half. Sparty here with the basketball. If you guys are new, first timer, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the sub as I call play-by-play here. And Michigan State just turned it over on a bad pass. 2-on-1 fast break. Left baseline dribble. Flowing it up, and they missed the alley-oop, though, by Penn State. Gets the offensive rebounds. Penn State puts up a 3, top of the key. They hit it. Right off the offensive rebound, he drained down the triple. I'm shocked right now. This is getting way out of control. 36-20. 5:20 left to go in the first half. Sparty with the basketball. Winston moves it over left corner. Baseline dribble here into the hands of Watson. What a block. Get that one out of there, says Lamar Stevens as he swats it to the first row of the seats. Out of bounds right there at the baseline at Penn State. Yes, I saw Andy Katz's Power 36. Do I think Ohio State could beat Kentucky again? No. Kentucky, I cannot name a team that can beat Kentucky at the moment, right now. Kentucky's got so much chemistry with there. They are so balanced. That one on the floater, no good. No, there's no way that BU's beating Colgate. The only way that that BU can win the Patriot League Championship, as another 3-ball goes down from the left wing, is that Lafayette has to take out Colgate. Lafayette is the team that has to take out Colgate, and that would set up BU to take on American, which BU beat American last week by 4 points. 39-20 right now. Michigan State in deep trouble. Step back 3 in the air. Off the mark. They are desperate. They get the offensive rebounds. Moves it back to the top of the key. Watts inside. Puts it up. What a block by Penn State, but it's going to be a foul by the Nittany Lions. They say in a blocking foul. It'll be called on Mike Watkins. Let's see, Mike put it out here. Give me 1 good picks for tomorrow. He puts out. I'm really not feeling confident. The game of tomorrow is basically URI against Dayton. And I just saw that game on Sunday where URI took on St. Louis. I'm not too confident in picking the Rams for that one at all, basically, in that game. I'll take a look at the schedule tomorrow and see if there's anything that sticks out for you. Let's see, I'm going to go to the Wednesday schedule. First shot was good by Michigan State at the free throw line. Second shot's up, and that one's good. 4:30 left to go in the first half. Ooh. Yeah, it looks all like clear W's to me. Auburn should be able to beat Texas A&M tomorrow. They should be able to get that W. Creighton should be able to beat Georgetown. That's one to pick right there. Creighton against Georgetown, I would go for sure for Creighton at home. Because what happened against St. John's, that is all in the past now. They should be able to bounce back and win Georgetown in a big way. And Georgetown is banged up a lot too. Penn State was just fouled, so they're going to go to the free throw line, shoot 2 here. So let's see, Michael putting out. Duquesne is leading now, up by 6. Awesome, man, for the update there. It's been a crazy season, like anything could happen, basically. First shot's good at the free throw line by Penn State. 40-22 now. Yep, number 6 in the AP poll, number 3 seed, no respect. And they are just, Kentucky is playing with a purpose here to let everybody know that they are the best team in basketball. Because these AP people, they put them up now to number 6, but on the 3 seed line, which makes 0 sense. 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Michigan State is getting smacked around right here at the left wing. They pass left baseline, back in their way. Inside, Tillman takes the jumper, and that's a massive block once again by Lamar Stevens. Penn State, lob over the top, going in. They bake it too strong off the backboard. They tried to go in for the alley-oop. They missed it. A rebound by Michigan State. Nice pass up ahead of the court of the pack, and they lay it up and in right there by Aaron Henry for 2. 41-24, 3:30 left to go in the first half. Penn State dribbles inside, and we get a foul committed by Michigan State. That was Lamar Stevens inside the key, and Tom Izzo trying to plead his case right now over to the refs about that one. Ooh, that's a good one. Villanova versus Seton Hall tomorrow. That Landon's calling. Awesome, man. Good luck with your stream tomorrow, bud. Vegas Vic's putting out, just watch Duke get embarrassed by UNC on March 7th. It's crazy, dude. Like, anything's, like, possible this season. Like, a mid-major, like, sneaking into, like, the Final Four. Like, anything's legitimately possible. Thank you guys so much for finding my channel. If anybody isn't new here, first timer, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here. If you enjoy the content, I call play-by-play of college basketball games, NBA games, the March Madness tournament on the channel, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So right now, we're going to go into a TV timeout in this one. We'll be back in a little bit. We'll take a look at the scores, though, what's going on in this game. Yeah, this year, Tennessee is rebuilding, like, big rebuilds. So they lost Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield, and Jordan Bone. So it's a big rebuild this season. But it hasn't been, like, a terrible year for Tennessee. It hasn't been, like, a Kansas State year. Like, Kansas State was in the tournament, and then they couldn't even beat UC Irvine, and they lost, basically, like, almost their entire starting five. So VCU leads Duquesne now 28-21 to score. This game for the bubble tonight here. Richmond leading Davison 24-22. That game is for the bubble. That's an A10 update. Other bubble game going on tonight. Rutgers leading Maryland 23-20 with 4:20 left to go in the first half. This game for the bubble, South Carolina leading Mississippi State at halftime, 40-38. We'll take an eye on that one throughout the course of the night. Massive matchup for the bubble. South Carolina has a slim chance to make the tournament. They just got to win a lot more games. Mississippi State has a better chance to make it in the tournament, but right now they trail by 2 at the half. And then as far as the American tonight, ooh, you don't want this if you're Cincinnati. Cincinnati losing to South Florida. 2:20 left to go in the first half. South Florida at home leading Cincinnati 35-28. So this is the problem, is the bid stealers from the conference. And I feel like the American could be like most prone to that. Like Houston could be the team that goes and doesn't win the conference but gets an at-large. But everybody else is basically down, like, trying to compete their desperate mode. Memphis is already out of it, but if Memphis can win the American tournament, not sure if they can, though. I would go most likely to win the American would be Tulsa, that right now has a chance to do so to make the tournament. If Houston doesn't, that just steals a bid from somebody. Because that could be a one-bid conference depending on how Wichita goes. Wichita State was, they were down by a bunch of points on Sunday. They came back and won. They barely survived. So Wichita State hanging by a thread right now on the brackets. Same as Cincinnati. We're back to action. Penn State with the basketball, and they lose control of it out of bounds. Lamar Stevens tried to work the right baseline, working on Tillman, lost control of it, goes out of bounds. So right back over to MSU. 3:20 left to go in the first half. And the Spartans need some points to get right back into this one. Michigan State with the basketball. They have it now at the left wing into the hands of Rocket Watts. Watts moves it back over here, right wing, over to Gabe Brown. Passes now right baseline. Tillman back in his way. Low post, puts it up, binks it up and in by Xavier Tillman. As they will count it for 2, and he will get fouled as well. So that is a big help for Michigan State. Tillman going to go to the free throw line as a shot. Went off the backboard, up and in. Massive possession right there for Sparty. So Michael putting out his scoreboard update. 28-21, VCU up by 7, 3:50 left to go in the half in that game. As that is a crucial miss. No good at the free throw line by Michigan State. Yep, Sweet 16, Houston went to and lost Kentucky. And they were a 3 seed last year. And they had like a massive, like, they had a huge winning streak at their home court or something like that. They had like a 32-game winning streak until they last, they got that first loss at their home court. But yeah, they were going in undefeated. They went something crazy, like 15-0 to start out the season or something like that last year. Penn State takes the 3, no good off the mark. Rebound Michigan State. Sparty with the basketball, jumper, free throw circle. They got it. Rocket Watts, nice possession, drills it down for 2. They draw within 13. Penn State takes a timeout. 2:25 left to go in the first half. Senior night tonight for Nate Sestina. So big night for Nate Sestina tonight for Kentucky. As it probably doesn't feel like he's a senior, though. Probably doesn't feel like he's a senior because he did all his 4 years at Bucknell, and then he just went to be like a graduate transfer over for Kentucky. So currently we're just on break. And great move for Nate Sestina too. Incredible move for Nate Sestina in the offseason to go to Kentucky, because if he got stuck at Bucknell, that team this season is like major struggles this year for Bucknell. They're in a massive rebuild. So we're back to action in this one. So you have it now. Left elbow puts it up. Penn State off the mark. No good. Tipped around and body's on the floor. Penn State gets it back though. Open three. They take it. No good off the side rim. They get another offensive rebound. These offensive rebounds are killing Michigan State right now. Penn State has it. Dribbles. Free throw circle. Takes the jumper. It's up. Hits the rim short. And finally Michigan State able to grab one. Malik Hall with the basketball. 1:50 left to go before halftime. Hall has it top of the key. Moves it over now to Winston. Bounce pass over to the left wing to Hall. Hall hands it over to Rocket Watts. Takes a deep two. It's up. No good off the back iron. Rebound by Mike Watkins of Penn State. Nittany lines for the basketball. They have it now at the left wing. Top of the key over to Watkins. Watkins now with the ball. Dribbles towards his right. Hands this one off. Penn State with it. 1:30 on the clock. Passes left wing to Wheeler. Wheeler now with the basketball. Indeed, Jack. I would say so as well. Kansas still the team to beat right now. And they're gonna be the overall #1 seed. They're going to be the #1 overall seed, in my opinion. 3-point shot off the mark, no good by Penn State. Rebound, Michigan State. Oh, nice pass and jam right there for the finish. In transition, Malik Hall slams it down for 2, and it's back to 11. 41-30. This makes it much closer. 8-zip run by Sparty. Last 3:20. Penn State with the ball. They dribble now right wing into the hands of Wheeler. Hands this one out. Top of the key over to Jones. Jones moves towards the right corner perimeter, now to the right elbow. Swings it back over to the left baseline. Low post now over into the hands of Stevens. Stevens, low post, back outside. He pushes it. Corner 3. Up in the air, and they got it. Myron Jones right there with a fadeaway as well. That was difficult. 44-30. Massive shot by Myron Jones. He is perfect from behind the arc in this game. 44-30. Jones with 12 points, 4 for 4 from behind the arc. Michigan State, 20 seconds left to go before halftime. They need a big-time possession here to get on the board. Cut it to either 12 or 11. Michigan State with it, with the ball into the hands of Winston. Winston now with 10. Winston dribbles towards his right. It's going to be a reach and fall picked up by Penn State. Penn State picks up the foul. And they'll stop the clock now with 10 seconds. Landon Pudding, he thinks Kentucky will win the SEC championship. A #2 seed if they do, which I totally agree there. And get to the 1 if the losses aren't that bad. Yeah. Kentucky's able to get. They would be able to get to the 1 if other teams in front of them slip up. That's the only thing. If Baylor slips up on Saturday and then slips again early in the Big 12 tournament, they do have a chance. If Dayton slips up against URI tomorrow and then slips up against somebody else like a St. Bonaventure or something like that, or St. Louis, which could very well possibly happen in the A-10 tournament, depending on when they play them though. But if they slip up in like the quarters or something like that, like against the Bonnies, that would be a really bad loss. Free throw is down at the free throw line by Michigan State. Penn State got the rebound going coast to coast right at the buzzer, and Mike Watkins puts it up and in just in time for 2. What a pass in the key, and they lay it up and in. 46-31. Lamar Stevens, he is averaging over 17 points per game this season. And he's only got 2 at halftime, but this team came to play here. Myron Jones, perfect 4 for 4 from the 3-point arc, and this team just came together. They are red hot in the first half. We'll see if this is sustainable, though. We will see if anything is sustainable for this Penn State team. They almost blew a massive lead last week against Rutgers. So blowing leads, we have seen that about a week ago against Rutgers. Rutgers, they had a 21-point lead, and they only won by 1 against Rutgers. It's very possible with Baylor. I'm not high on Baylor at all when it comes to the tournament. Oh yeah, Obi Toppin is just insane. Absolutely incredible with Obi Toppin. So right now we're at half. Xavier Tillman leading the team in scoring with 11 points, but gonna need more from Cassius Winston. Just like the last time I called Michigan State, when they took on Iowa last week, I need more from Cassius Winston. I bet you we're gonna get some in the second half. He just can't wait until the second half. That's the thing. He needs to start scoring in the first half. He's only got 3 points right now, but they need to see that sustainability, the energy level throughout from top to bottom by Cassius Winston. Rocket Watts has taken a lot of shots. He's only made 2 of them. He's 2 for 9 right now from the floor. They need to get the ball into the hands more of Winston for him to drain down 3-point shots. He is going to be the key in the second half for Michigan State. Cassius Winston, last 3 games look like this. 3 for 4 against Nebraska from 3-point range. 23 points. 4 for 5 against Iowa from 3-point range last Thursday. He got 20 points. 5 for 6 at Maryland. On Saturday, he got 20 points as well. They got a go-to for Cassius Winston here in the second half if Michigan State wants to complete a 15-point comeback and win this thing. Myron Jones leads the team in scoring. He's got 12 points. Perfect. 4 for 4 from behind the 3-point arc. And this one so far for the Nittany Lions. Penn State as well with Miles Dredd with 9 points. So right now we're just on break. We're going to get back to action here in about 13 minutes or so since we're on the TV timeout. So we'll go through a couple of the scores, see what else is going on. If anybody's new here, first timer, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here, as I call play-by-play. After this, feel free to stop on back later tonight. I'll be back for Tennessee, Kentucky after this one finishes up. From Behind the Arc, Byron putting out. Yep, that's my channel name too. So From Behind the Arc, I just worded it with the 3-point shots with what Cassius Winston needs to do in the second half for Michigan State if they want to be able to come from behind and take the W. It's very well possible. Very possible to do it against this type of team here. A team that blew a 21-point lead and only beat Rutgers by 1. TCU is winning the Big 12 tournament. You never know. Bracket busters are there. Never, ever know. Harvard could very well win the Ivy League. Everybody says Yale. I'm going to go with Harvard. Harvard is hosting this season. It usually rotates between Harvard, Yale, and Penn with the arena sites. But this year's at Harvard. But everybody's made the case for Yale in the bracket. Harvard's a game overall behind. I think Yale's got 6 losses. Harvard's got 7. So it's those 2 teams in the championship. And it's going to come down. What's crazy is that it all comes down to 1 game in March. And say if you didn't bring your A game, or if your team just flat out forgot how to play basketball during that 1 day in March, but played solid basketball all the way from November to the day before in March, but not the Sunday in March or whenever your conference championship is, then it's unfortunate for you. So a lot of those mid-major conferences, it's just 1 day in March is determined, and that is the determination for the tournament. It's crazy. It's the biggest one at stake, I would say. It's a team like Wright State with a good record, or a team like Vermont. Vermont totally deserves to be in the tournament. I can also put Colgate in there as well. Those teams will not get in at large. Same as Yale, but Harvard is right there with Yale. So both of those teams are deserving to win the Ivy League. Whereas the Patriot League, it's down to 1 team. It's down to Colgate. Or America East, it's down to Vermont. But say if Vermont just didn't show up, and say if somebody like New Hampshire or something like that somehow like snuck its way to the America East Finals, or a team like Albany or something like that, Stony Brook would be the most the biggest candidate to take down Vermont, in my opinion. But it's just sad that it comes to just 1 game, but it's also crazy, the craziness of that. But you gotta bring your A game for the conference championship, that is for sure. Yeah, Patrick putting out here, Kentucky-Tennessee game should be good. I hope so, man. Hopefully it's going to be a good game here. This one, I wasn't expecting this at all. Penn State up now by 15 at half. The thing is, can they sustain this lead? That's going to be the big question. So right now, oh man, bubble games going on. Games at halftime here. VCU leads Duquesne at halftime 30-26. How about this? Davison leading Richmond at the half. The game is at Richmond. 34-30 right now is the score. And Davison trying to pull off the upset and bounce Richmond away from the bubble. Other games going on tonight here. Ooh, not looking good for Mississippi State either. South Carolina leading Mississippi State 57-49. South Carolina looking for a quality, able to get a good victory here, winning a top 50 net against Mississippi State. The thing is, South Carolina a long shot to make it into the tournament when they had two absolutely despicable losses back in non-conference play. A loss against Stetson and a loss against Boston University at home against BU by 8. It's going to be tough to get there for South Carolina, but they're still in the brackets, and they're beating Mississippi State by 8. The problem with Mississippi State is that they got 0 quality victories. They don't have any good quality victories. The record isn't that bad, 19-10, but just not really any good victories to go for. Yep, SEC Championship in Nashville. Oh yeah, Florida 31-2. The year that Florida went 31-2. I remember Florida had Al Horford, I think, back in like 2006. Let's see what else. We got a lot of games going on for the bubble tonight. So I'll keep on updating you guys with these games. Rutgers, huge game for Rutgers tonight if they're able to beat Maryland. That would help their tournament chances out a ton. Rutgers leading Maryland at the half, 35-29. Other scores throughout college basketball tonight here. We'll take a look right now as Cincinnati is on the bubble, and this is a game they cannot afford to lose. At South Florida. South Florida with a record of 13-16, 6-10 in the American. And South Florida leading Cincinnati at halftime 39-33. So it's those types of games. Alabama on the bubble taking on Vanderbilt. I feel like Alabama, though, has too many losses on their record not to be a part of the tournament. They're also they're 16-13. South Carolina's 17-12. Yep. Maryland, if they lose, Kentucky will be able to take their 2 seed as well. I think that also. I thought they should have already been a 2 this week. Can't believe they seeded them as a 3 with Duke. And they seeded them as, I was taking a look at the CBS one. They list all of the teams in order by the seeds. They put them as the last 3 seed. They put Duke in front of them as the 3 seed over on CBS, and they put them as the last 3 seed when they grouped them. Stephen F. Austin 26-3. That's another one. They could very well make the case though that they could be an at-large, same as East Tennessee State's. Who's gonna win the championship? Right now I've got Kentucky over Kansas. So this question being asked today, it seems like it's been fluctuating lately. I'm going Kentucky over Kansas in the championship right now. Florida State I've got in the Final Four, and also in the Final Four I've got, who was that? I just said it a couple. Oh, I wanted the Big Ten team in the Final Four. Somebody's going to get it from the Big Ten. I was thinking Michigan State. I don't think Maryland's going to make it in, though. That's the thing. I do like a Big Ten team. I'm leaning towards Michigan State right now. We still have a second half of basketball left to go. And I bet you that Tom Izzo's going to make adjustments on this game. And it's on the road as well. But I feel like one team from the Big Ten can make it in. I'm leading right now towards Michigan State, though. Oh, a lot, yeah. Kansas is the best team in the tournament. But also the whole thing with Azubuike as well. That's going to be a major loss. Like, they could barely win against Kansas State on Saturday with Azubuike missing some time. I think Kentucky has a lot to prove. That like everybody's put them way down because of that Evansville loss. And Evansville, I don't even think they've won a game in conference play. I think they're like 0-17 or 0-18 for Evansville in conference play. They just completely dropped down. But you take a look at all the teams. You look at all the progression, and Kentucky's just got better and better every single game. What happened to Dayton? I've got them either Elite 8 or Sweet 16. It all depends. It all depends. I don't know. That game against George Mason last week, that got me kind of feeling a little off about Dayton there. The game against George Mason. Tomorrow's a massive game for them. If they could come out, beat Rhode Island by 30, I'm gonna put them back in my Final Four. If they can crush Rhode Island once again, I can put them right back in my Final Four. And then it all depends on what happens in the conference tournaments. It's just the game against George Mason, that one got me. Like, George Mason isn't good at all. That's the only thing. And also, again, against UMass, though, they kind of rotated around. So, they did play close against UMass, but they won that game rather easily during that one. Also, I feel like BYU could go to the Elite Eights. There's going to be a good player on the floor over there. It all depends on the matchups. Like watch Kentucky versus Florida State be like in the Sweet 16 or something like that. Like they're on the side of the bracket. Like it's basically all about the matchups as well. Yep, they do got Obi Toppin. They do got a really good team. Just the thing is, like, they can shoot the ball lights out. The thing is defensively. That's the only thing. Can they hold up defensively? And that is the major thing. Also, the turnovers I'm concerned about with Dayton. They do turn over the ball quite a bit. That's something I am a little bit concerned about as well. And I do like them, though. Either, it all depends on the matchup. Probably Elite 8 right now for Dayton. Yeah, it's that Evansville loss. That's why Kentucky's just seated at the 3 line now for the bracketologists. That's why they put him out there, because Evansville just forgot how to play basketball for the rest of the season. It kind of reminds me of the Jacksonville Jaguars 2 years ago. Like when they beat the Patriots during week 2, and then they just didn't show up to play football for the rest of the year. It seemed like they game planned just for that Patriots game, and that was it. And then they only win like a couple games the rest of the way, and that's it. Yes, I do plan on doing a play-by-play Kentucky versus Tennessee tonight. Thanks so much for stopping by, Flamingo 2.0. Welcome in the channel. Hey, welcome in here, Donovan McCrabb. Pat stole his ring. Eagles 33-9. He puts out. He's got his Final Four: Louisville, Seton Hall, Kentucky, and Villanova. Interesting there, because Villanova is one of the toughest teams to predict. They are, like, in my opinion, the toughest team to predict in the field, because it all depends about the 3 ball with Villanova. If the 3s can go down, that team is a dangerous team. If the 3s cannot go down, like the game against Providence on Saturday, then big oof there. Big oof for Villanova. Doesn't look too promising. So that's the toughest team to gauge in the field, since they take so many 3-point shots. Of course, Vegas Vix doesn't want to see Villanova to win it all. Alright, if anybody's new here, first timer on the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here as I call play-by-play basketball. I'm Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I'll be back after this one. Join in progress with Tennessee versus Kentucky after this game as well. Let's see what else is going on. There's a game going on tonight in the Big East. Marquette taking on DePaul. That game actually just tipped off. Wake Forest against North Carolina. UNC leads at halftime 35-34. Syracuse up against Boston College 35-27. Those are 4 teams that will not even make the tournament, though. So there's a lot of bubble stuff in action. All these games are at halftime right now tonight. Yes. I would like a new team in the Final Four other than Villanova, and I don't think they're gonna get there, Vegas Fix. From what I saw on Saturday, I don't think they will get there. Not when they shoot the 3 ball like that. Like everything was going up as a brick. Or it's just that Providence is a dangerous team. But I don't have Providence in my Final Four either. I wish they could go that far, but I don't think so. I think they're just locked in defensively, but I think that was more of a poor shooting game by Villanova. I don't know where to put Creighton yet. I don't know if they're Elite 8 worthy or Sweet 16 worthy. Some people have them going to the Final Four in a championship. I don't think I have Creighton going that far. But I was shocked yesterday when I saw them get completely thumped. Or on Sunday when I saw them get completely thumped by St. John's. I was like, what? They allowed 91 points to St. John's. Providence is locked down defensively. Like Ed Cooley's done an amazing job. He has turned around the program. Him and Mick Cronin now, going up for what a turnaround those two have done. Ed Cooley at Providence, Mick Cronin first season at UCLA. It's been complete roller coaster of a ride. Like what was going on during November to what we have now. All right, we are back, everybody, for the second half of this one. 46-31, Michigan State with the basketball to start out the second half. They have it at the left corner perimeter. Aaron Henry takes a 3 now. Left wing. He has got it. Watch out for this one. Penn State blew a 21-point lead against Rutgers. They ended up winning by 1. Michigan State was down by 15 at the half. Puts it now to 12. 46-34. Penn State first possession now of the second half. They get the ball at the left wing into the hands of Curtis Jones. Jones passes out to Lundy. Lundy takes a 3 off the mark. Rebound now by Michigan State. Oh, I can see Michigan State right now taking this one in the second half. They're coming out on fire right here with the energy level. Totally different in the second half. I'm looking at them right now. They came out completely flat in the first half. If you take a look at that rebounds, going on transition, they got right behind the defense. They got fouled out. Good foul by Penn State, so Michigan State will get the basketball right back. I like how I just saw that energy transition on the fast break. Pass over to Tillman. Tillman at the left wing perimeter. 19-10 left to go in the second half. Tillman. Bounce pass over to the right. Elbow foul picked up by Penn State. 2 quick fouls now by Sparty. 2 quick fouls now by Penn State on Sparty. So Michigan State will get the inbound. Penn State's already committed a second one. Lamar Stevens picks up the foul. He's averaging 17 per game. He has been held at 0 for 9 shooting, yet they have the lead by 12. Michigan State just turned it over. Steal by Penn State at the key. Passing over right corner 3 up in the air. No good off the side rim. Offensive rebound by Penn State. Puts it back to the right corner. 3 ball. Up in the air again. They miss it. Rebound by Tillman. Tillman puts it back outside. Winston gets it. It'll be a foul. Out of bounds again by Penn State. They pick up their third. 3 straight fouls here by Penn State to start out. And we're not even a minute and 10 seconds through the second half. That would be insane, Vegas Fix. If Providence would go all the way to the title game, that would be incredible, Vegas Fix. Especially how the season started, where nobody even thought that they would have ever have guessed to make it to the tournament. Hey, there's my man, Scotty Lynn Kendall. Okay, so you're play-by-play football, baseball, and more. Oh, cool. So, welcome back in here. Michigan State will get the ball in the inbound. 18:35 left to go. They lob it over the top, and the ball goes out of bounds. Penn State trying to plead their case. It was out of bounds by Michigan State, but it's last tipped out of bounds by Penn State. So Michigan State will inbound it. Oh, yeah, that is for sure, Jack. What he likes about this tournament, you never really know when that sleeper team's going to wake up and play basketball. And Jack is from Tennessee. It could very well be East Tennessee State. Could be that team. Could be Stephen F. Austin. A mid-major is going to shock everybody, go to the Sweet 16 most likely. And depending on the matchup, might even take it even further somehow. Dribble drive inside. Nice move right there as they bank it up and in off the backboard for 2 more. Cuts to the 10. Rocket Watts with 9. Penn State with the ball. They keep on taking threes, and they keep on missing them. Another miss by Penn State from the three-point arc. A rebound by Michigan State. They have it now at the top of the key. Watts dribbles, takes the jumper. He's got 2 more. Rocket Watts now with 11. Look at that. They were down by 15 at the half. Puts it now to 8. 17:50 left remaining. Penn State with the ball. And they're going to take a timeout now. What a rough start. Rough start to the second half by Penn State, blowing a 15-point lead all the way down to 8. Rocket Watts. Nice dribble drive inside with a pro hop, puts it up and then off the glass, and then dribbles now on the last one to the left elbow before break, puts up the jumper, back-to-back buckets by Rocket Watts and Michigan State as we go into break. Oh my gosh, Antpun now is watching that St. John's Creighton game. One guy making 4 3-point shots in a row for St. John's. Went to a 4-point game to a 16-point game. Insane. That is crazy. Yeah, maybe there'll be another story like Loyola Chicago. Like, this is where we have craziness happen in the tournament. Cool, Landon's going to do his Selection Sunday live reaction. Awesome, man. Good luck to that. It's going to be a blast. Going to be a great time when we find out these tournament teams. Scotty thinks MSU is going to get this one 65-59. Yeah, if I had a bet on this game, I would go with Michigan State. Penn State's blown leads before this year. By the way, massive game for the bubble. South Carolina leading Mississippi State 63-53 with 6:40 left to go. Mississippi State chances are going down the drain. Richmond's losing now to Davidson 38-34. That's a huge game for the bubble. Davidson's on the road too. VCU leads Duquesne 38-31. We'll take a look at the Cincinnati game. Cincinnati struggling as well tonight. They're trailing at South Florida. Cincinnati cannot lose that. South Florida leads 47-40. And as far as the other game we got for the bubble, Rutgers leading Maryland. Close one though, 39-31. So that's what the bubble looks like right now. Let's see here. Who do I got for SEC Player of the Year? Nick Richards, Quickly, or Anthony Edwards? I'm going to go either with Nick Richards or Quickly right now. It's going to be a battle. It's between who is basically been the better player towards the end of the season, which right now it's Quickly. It's been Quickly for the past, week and a half or so, but if you had asked me about a month ago, it would be Nick Richards. So I feel like it's going to come down probably to the last week or so. But right now, Quickly has just been playing out of his mind. Like that game against Texas A&M a week ago, he was just lights out, man. Absolutely insane. Hey, welcome in here, Kidder96. Thanks so much for stopping by. Yup, Cincinnati's going to take a big L, it looks like. And that's going to help Rhode Island out, Vegas Vix. All Rhode Island has to do is somehow find a way to beat Dayton. That's going to be a tough task. But even if they do beat Dayton, they can't lose to UMass. That's the thing. They can't lose on the road to UMass. And they have problems with big men. And UMass, if they don't have anybody transfer, that team, I don't think they're going to make the tournament next year, but they could be interesting. That team could go, that team could get a 21 season. They could go 20-12 next year with UMass. That is all a lot of underclassmen on that team. As we get back to action, 46-38, jumper. It gets blocked by Tillman as Michigan State gets the basketball right back. Hey, welcome to the channel here, Oin Mayer. Thanks so much for stopping by like Sparty in this one. Welcome in, my man. I don't know anymore. Thanks so much for stopping by. Michigan State got it. They're trailing now, down by 8. They were down by 15 at halftime. Sparty has a left wing, makes their move left baseline. Watts, left baseline jumper, fade away. They got it. Rocket Watts has come to play tonight. Here in the second half, he's been a big time scorer here in the second half right now. 3 straight baskets by Rocket Watts. Penn State inside. Puts it up and in for the jumper. 48-40, 17 minutes left remaining. Michigan State dribble drive inside. Winston splits the double team, lays it up and in for 2. If you guys enjoy what I do, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here as I call play-by-play. 48-42 now. Penn State with the basketball. Dribbles, moves it over to the right wing perimeter, over into the hands of Dredd. Dredd swings it back out, left wing shot fake to Myron Jones. Jones passes over left corner dribble. Inside low post, puts it up, too strong off the backboard, but a foul picked up by Tillman, which means free throws coming up by Penn State. So Penn State will go to the free throw line, shoot 2. So how is Tulsa not on the bubble right now? It's basically bad losses for Tulsa. I'm just going to bring that up for you guys and see their schedule, because they got a record of 20-9, but they don't really have any quality victories either there as well for Tulsa, and they have terrible losses also. Yeah, when you got a loss against who in the world is this? Texas Arlington. They lost by 14 against Texas Arlington, Tulsa did. First free throw, no good. Second one goes down at the free throw line. 49-42, 16:30 left to go. Hey, welcome in, Thunderbolt. Thanks so much for stopping by here. Your profile pic. It seems like it's the same thing right now. I don't know anymore. So you have the same profile pic, but it might change in a little bit. Right baseline, pass over to Tillman, jams it down right there as he throws it home for 2. It's a 5-point game. 16-10 left to go. Tillman with 13 points, 8 rebounds. He is averaging a double-double this season with points per game and rebounds per game. Penn State gets fouled in the low post, and it stops the clock with 16:07. So let's see, who do I think will be in the Final Four? I don't know anymore. Putting out Dayton, Kentucky, Kansas, and Florida State. I've got 3 of those teams. I'm going to go with a Big Ten team in the Final Four to replace Dayton. I've got Kentucky winning it all against Kansas right now. Kentucky, Kansas, Florida State. And then a Big Ten team. I do like Michigan State. I do like Michigan State to come out, and I feel like they're getting hot at the right time. Penn State came out dropping down triple after triple to start out the first half. Timeout here on the court, 16 minutes left to go. That 15-point lead has dwindled now down to 5 in this one. This should be a good finish between these two teams. I think if I had to put out there the Big Ten team, I would go Sparty. I would go Michigan State for the Big Ten team right now. So currently we're just on break. I don't think Maryland's going to make it to the Final Four. They might Sweet 16 or either Elite 8, but I don't know. One of those. It all depends on the matchup. Yeah, so this is the reason why Tulsa is not in as an at-large right now. Somebody had asked that question. They have terrible losses in non-conference play. Loss against Texas Arlington. Loss against Arkansas State. They also lost against Arkansas by a bunch. They got crushed in triple overtime against Colorado State. They ended up losing by 7 in triple overtime to Colorado State. Lost by 2 against Kansas State, a team that has 9 wins this season. They lost to Kansas State. And they also got destroyed against Cincinnati the first time, 75-44. Lost against UConn. Lost against Central Florida. And they also got destroyed by Houston, 76-43. So you got 2 absolutely obliterated losses that you got destroyed by 30+ against Cincinnati and also Houston for Tulsa. Even though Tulsa's at the top of the division, it's so weird how the American has been this season. So weird of a conference for the American. So right now we're just on break. We're going to get back to action here in just a moment. Oh, you put a mask on the Winnie the Pooh profile pic. Cool, man. I'll take a look at it later. I think because the circles are coming up probably smaller, I can't see it that much until, I think, probably later. Massive game for bubble games going on tonight, though, so I'll get you guys some stuff. Yeah, triple overtime, and they somehow end up losing by 7 points. But at least they didn't lose by 12 in double overtime, like Duke did last week. Hey, welcome in Arsane Fan TV. Thanks so much for stopping by here. So we got a lot of games going on in the bubble tonight. Rutgers leading Maryland. This is one for Rutgers that they sure do need. They're up 46-35 against Maryland right now with 15:45 left remaining. Other games for the bubble. 4 minutes left to go in this one. South Carolina leading Mississippi State 71-64. Mississippi State in the last 4 out right now. South Carolina in the last 8 out. South Florida destroying Cincinnati tonight, folks. Cincinnati going to take a big fat L. They're going to be on the wrong side of the bubble now. They're going to be eliminated from the 12-seeded playing game for Cincinnati. They are getting crushed against South Florida 56-43. Let's see, we got an update here. Michael put out VCU leading Duquesne 42-37. Davison leads Richmond. Tight game here, 45-44. That game is worth monitoring. That's a massive game. So we get back to action in this one. 49-44. Penn State up by 5. Michigan State with 15:55 left to go. Penn State with the basketball. Puts it up. No good. Ball tipped around in the key, and it's going to be a rebounding foul. On the rebound by Penn State. So this ball will go right back over to Michigan State. Thomas Kithier got pushed up trying to go for the rebounds. Hey, welcome in, MTG. Thanks so much for stopping by, man. Yeah, they made us so much closer. So much closer right now. It was 46-31 at halftime. It was a 15-point game actually at halftime. 46-31. And now they've cut it to 5. Michigan State with the basketball as well. To the right wing, Kithier. Passing back on top now over into the hands of Cassius Winston. Winston now looking to pass it someplace. He does. Moves it to left wing. Hands it off to Winston off the Tillman screen. Winston, left baseline. Bounce pass left wing to Tillman. Pushes over to the right corner. 3 ball. Up in the air. Watson, he got it blocked. Penn State with a massive block out of bounds. 6 in the shot clock. 15:28 left to go. Kent State leading Bowling Green. 53-43. Whoa. Talk about surprises in the bracket, and Bowling Green trying to be the top team in the MAC conference, and they are getting stunned tonight. Like a week ago, they came away with a big victory over Akron. 49-44, Penn State. Playing some defense. Michigan State misses a 3. They get the offensive rebound. Aaron Henry puts it up at the right baseline for 2 more. They cut it to 3 now. 49-46. Aaron Henry with 7.6 rebounds. Penn State with the basketball. Left wing. They take a 3. It is up. Air ball. Kithier saves it before it goes out of bounds. Michigan State with a rebound. Spartans have it. We got 15 minutes remaining. Winston, top of the key, moves it over. 3 ball. Up in the air. Splash. This game is tied up at 49. Massive 3-point shot going down from the right wing perimeter by Sparty. 14:50 left to go. We got ourselves a ball game. 8 for 10 shooting here in the second half by Michigan State. 1 for 8 by Penn State. A tale of 2 halves. Just like they struggled a week ago in the second half against Rutgers, Michigan State is making Penn State pay. Here goes Sparty on the fast break transition. They're going to step up here with Winston. Winston, dribble drive. Looking to pass it back. Inside low post, backdoor cut. Tillman. 2 more. 51 they got on the board. Oh, this is a good one. First lead tonight by Sparty. Michigan State indeed in it right now with a 2-point lead with 14:20 remaining. Penn State's got the basketball. They got it at the top of the key. Hands this one off now into the hands of Dredd. Dredd moves it over right wing to Wheeler. Jamari Wheeler passes. Low post to Harar. Harar gets bumped and fouled. Kithier picks up the foul on the low post. Oh, thanks so much for the update. I don't know anymore. Putting out North Florida against Jacksonville. That's, yeah, I don't think it's the Atlantic Sun Championship, though. I don't think it's this early. I'll take a look at that, though. I'll take a look at that. I think that's like a quarterfinal game or something, I feel like. I feel like the championships are a couple more days away. I don't think they take it on like the first day. Because Liberty is in the same conference as North Florida. Because Liberty should be in the Atlantic Sun Championship. 51-49, 14 minutes left to go. Lob. Low post puts it up, and that shot gets blocked by Michigan State. Penn State gets it right back, though, to the left corner. They have it out the right wing. 3 ball. Up in the air. Dredd puts it up in the shot. It looks like he was fouled before the 3, so it's not going to count. He did make the 3. It's not going to count. Aaron Henry picks up the foul. So, yeah, that Ace-Sun game, yeah, that's the quarterfinal. So, North Florida leading Jacksonville 63-52 in the quarterfinal. Liberty is playing tonight with a record of 27-4. They lead New Jersey Institute of Tech 45-33. So just like I was talking about Vermont earlier and a couple other teams like Colgate, how they're top of their conference, another team is Liberty, who's top of their conference that can probably not get an at-large bid because the work that they haven't done enough. 51-49, 13.5 left to go. Penn State just got the rebound, threw it out of bounds off a Michigan State player, so it looks like it's going to go back to Penn State. Yep, Michigan State on a 20-3 run. Massive, massive run here by Sparty. All these comeback games Jack putting out here. It seems like we've got a lot of comeback games this year, especially when I've called the Big Ten or the Pac-12. It seems like we've had a lot of the comeback games. Right corner perimeter. Penn State with the basketball now. Takes the three. One on the shot clock. Air ball. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Did not hit the rim. So it goes back to Michigan State now as they lead by 2. Did I hear that the news about Tim Duncan filling in for Popovich for the Spurs? I actually didn't hear that. Wow. Man, thanks so much for the update. I don't know anymore. I actually didn't hear that. Floater. In the key, Michigan State hits another one. Massive run here as this collapse by Penn State is looking like it right now. Deep three, Penn State, no good, rattled out. The rim was not in there. What an interesting game right now for sure, Dylan. Michigan State on a 22-3 run in the last 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Winston dribbles now to the right wing perimeter. He's not the one that's been going. It's Rocket Watts. Rocket Watts has been huge. 15 points. Winston bursts the speed. Floats it up. Gets it up and in off the back iron there by Cassius Winston. Into the net for 2 more. 55-49 and another timeout taken by Penn State. Cassius Winston bringing this team together. When I saw this team down by 15 to start out the second half, I was like, whoa. This team looks completely changed. They look dead. They look like they were entirely flat in the first half for Michigan State. How they came out off the first rebound 15 seconds in to the second half. This is surreal. This is incredible to see right now. Michigan State, 25-3 run. They're on. 55-49 the score. They were trailing by 15 at halftime. Whoop, looks like that's gone away. Wow. Unreal. Talk about college basketball this season. Massive, massive. You're never out of it until the final whistle blows. Never out of it until the final whistle blows. Hey, there's Vaughn over on Sportscaster. Thanks, Bud, for dropping by on Sportscaster. Tillman with 15. 15 points as well by Rocket Watts. Rocket Watts has been huge for Michigan State lately. Michigan State on a 25-3 run. 12:20 left to go. Shooting the ball 11 for 13 in the second half. Penn State 1 for 13. This is crazy. Penn State jumper. In the key after their second timeout, they finally hit something. It's a 4-point game. Lamar Stevens, the leading scorer this season, who's averaging 17, has been held 1 for 12 shooting. He's only got 5 points. Michigan State with it. 12 minutes left to go. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub. It's been an incredible type of game here. A different type of game to call. Watts takes a 3. Left wing, no good. Hit the front rim. Fight for the rebound. They got it. Michigan State offensive board. Put back. It's up and in for 2 more. Gabe Brown puts it up and in. 6-point Sparty lead. Brown 4 points, 5 rebounds. Penn State with it. Left elbow dribble. Inside puts it. Oh, nice feed over to the right baseline. Watkins jams it down. We're going back and forth right here at the grind. 4-point game. 10 points by Watkins with 8 rebounds. And a foul picked up by Penn State, I think, right there at the left elbows. Jamari Wheeler as this clock stops with 11:30. 11:30 left to go. 57-53. Trailing by 15 at halftime. Michigan State on a massive, massive run. So it looks like we're going to go into a TV timeout, everybody. We'll be back after this break, and I'll update you guys as well with the scores also throughout today. So let's see what we got. We got Rutgers. Wow, Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers is up by 14, 51-37 with 13:45 left to go, basically. So Rutgers looking for a signature win to stay in the tournament. And if they can hold on, that would go a long way indeed if they can beat Maryland tonight. South Carolina leading against Mississippi State. 80-69 is the score. Mississippi State in trouble. Reggie Perry with a crazy double-double. Mississippi State's going to lose. 1 minute left to go. And South Carolina will be coming away with a victory. 1 minute left remaining in that game. Reggie Perry, though, crazy game for him from Mississippi State. 17 points, 16 rebounds. But this team tonight did not show that they are a tournament-worthy team. Davison still leading Richmond. 9 minutes left remaining. Davison hits the free throw by Hung Jung Lee. They're up 55-52. VCU leading Duquesne now. VCU on a little bit of a run. They lead Duquesne 54-43. Other games in college basketball tonight. We'll take a look at the Cincinnati game. An American Cincinnati on the bubble trying to survive, losing to South Florida 58-52. 10 minutes left remaining. South Florida leads by 6. So a lot of crucial games going on tonight as far as the bubble for college basketball. Maryland has fallen apart here the past week, it seems like. Might have peaked too soon. For Penn State, what a game defensively by Michigan State, holding the leading scorer Lamar Stevens to 5 points. 1 for 12 from the floor in this one. Leading scorer today, it's Myron Jones. He started out a perfect 4 for 4 from the outside. He's got 14 points now, as he's missed all 4 3-point shots in the second half. What Penn State's tried to come out and do in the second half, they found themselves in a comfortable 15-point lead. All they did was shoot 3-point shots. That's all they did. They shot 3-point shots, and it just bit them right in the back. So right now we're just on break. We're going to get back to action here in a couple moments. They were up by 19 points. So we're back to action in this one. Michigan State off the inbound puts it up and in for 2 more. 59-53. What a game. Hey, welcome in, Spartans gang here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Putting out Maryland losing to a 13 or 14 seed, he thinks, here in the tournament. It'd be crazy. Like, anything is basically possible. It's going to be an insane March Madness tournament here, folks. It all depends on the matchup. 6-point game now, 10:52 left to go. Penn State will inbound it. They're going to get the inbound in their front court. Michigan State out-rebounding Penn State in the second half on rebounds, 12-3 on the boards. Unlike the first half. Penn State, left baseline dribble, low post, puts up the jumper, blocked by Sparty. Tillman with a massive block of the key. Here goes back Michigan State, top of the key now. Winston, bounce pass, over to Tillman. Tillman, turnaround jumper, no good, rattled out, ball tipped around. Michigan State gets it back, offensive rebounds. Winston puts it into the hands of Tillman, moves it over to Watts. Watts now with the basketball, dribbles to the right wing, pass over to Winston. Winston now, left baseline dribble, low post, oh, nice pass to the right wing. 3, in the air, Michigan State's got it. Another triple from behind the arc, look at that. Rocket Watts absolutely exploding. 11 points here in the second half. 9-point lead here by Michigan State. Massive, massive run they have had. Rocket Watts, 18 points, trying to shoot for a career high. He's got 21, his career high, looking for more than that before this one's over. Penn State, jumper, right elbow, puts it up. That one's good for 2. 7-point game, under 10 minutes left to go. Myron Jones leads the team in scoring. He's got 16 points. Sparty with the basketball, top of the key here. Into the hands of Winston. Takes a 3. In the air. Cassius Winston. Splash. Gets the triple. Largest lead tonight by Sparty here. 65-55. 9.5 left to go. What a game. Penn State with the basketball. Dribbles now top of the key with Myron Jones. Moves over left wing to Stevens. Stevens with the ball now, 9:20 left to go on the clock, dribble drive. Low post Stevens, left baseline, passes back outside to the top here to Wheeler. Bounce pass over to the right wing, back over to Stevens. Stevens with 8 on the shot clock. Dribbles now, floats it. Low post over to Watkins. Watkins in the paint, puts it up, and Mike Watkins gets fouled by Tillman. And 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Penn State. Stops the clock with 9:10 left to go, everyone. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub if you guys enjoy what I do. I call play-by-play of basketball here, college basketball, NBA, the March Madness tournament on the channel and Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Make sure, feel free to join me back after this one. I'll be calling Kentucky versus Tennessee in the next game right after this. We got 9:10 remaining. Michigan State was losing by 19 points in this one. They have come back and they're leading by 10. What an insane game. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Mike Watkins of Penn State. Michigan State outscoring Penn State 34-10 in the second half, and we still got over 9 minutes left to go. 34 points on the board in the second half. That is crazy. 15 for 20 shooting from the floor. Both shots go down at the line by Watkins. Puts it to an 8-point game. Michigan State will inbound it. Cassius Winston takes a seat on the bench right now as he is out of the game at the moment. Michigan State will inbound it. Foster Lawyer into the game for Winston. Texas, Oklahoma. You put out here. I can't cover that one. I'm covering Kentucky, Tennessee because I don't think I get the channel for Texas, Oklahoma. That's a much better game for Kentucky, Tennessee. But that is a game between 2 bubble teams. Massive, massive matchup tonight for 2 teams on the bubble. Big choke by Penn State tonight here. 8-point game. Penn State commits the foul as well on the post by John Harrar. That's foul number 6 that the Nittany Lions pick up now in the second half as Harrar was working on Xavier Tillman in the low post. Michigan State will inbound it. Lob to the top of the key now into the hands of Malik Hall. Hall moves it back to Rocket Watts. Watts now with 18 points. His career high is 21 against Illinois. In Iowa, takes a 3. No good. Almost had it open 3, but it rattled out. Rebound Penn State. Nittany Lions with the basketball. Top of the key now into the hands of Stevens. Stevens, dribble drive. Low post working on Hall. Bounce pass. Into the key. Back over to Stevens. Jams it down for 2 more. Stevens also fouled from behind. So that bucket will count. He gets fouled and he'll go to the free throw line and shoot 1. 65-59 here to score. Welcome to the channel, Max. I would check out either ESPN3.com or type in on Google 123 ESPN, and that should be able to bring it up. I call play-by-play here for basketball, so I cannot show the stream because if I do so, YouTube would take it down. Free throw coming up at the free throw line now by Penn State here. 1 shot by Lamar Stevens. It's a 6-point lead by Michigan State. Michigan State was trailing by 19. Crazy game. This shot's up, and it rolls around the rim, goes up and in. 5-point game here, folks. 8:27 left to go. Michigan State with the basketball. Rocket Watts, pass over to Tillman, moves it out now. Still in the backcourt. They need to get past the half-court logo. They do. Pass over to Tillman. Oh, half-court trap is there. Did they get there in time? It's going to be a backcourt violation. They weren't able to get there in time. Xavier Tillman inches away before crossing the backcourt, and the ref's calling on him, and that is turnover number 8 tonight. Goes back over to Penn State here. 8 minutes, 18 seconds left to go. Penn State basketball, 5-point game. They have it now at the right wing. Handoff into the hands of Seth Lundy. Lundy over at the top of the key. Moves it back over here. Over to Lamar Stevens. Stevens guarded by Hall. Top of the key. Dribbles to the free throw circle. Thinking about taking a deep 2 with a contact. Puts it up and he gets it. Up and in. He banks it home off the backboard by Lamar Stevens. And he'll go to the free throw line and shoot 1 as well. This is a crazy game here. 8:04 left to go on the clock. Malik Hall goes up into his blocking jump motion way too soon. And Stevens puts up the shot fake on him. Gets him to commit way too soon. Draws the contact. Banks it up and then off the backboard for 2. And 1 shot at the line here by Stevens. Stevens with 8 points in the second half. No good. Ooh, hit the front rim, not even close. Ball pinwheeled off a player. Went off the backboard and it gets rebound by Michigan State. Spartans with the basketball. Winston back into the game now. That's who you need. Your leading ball handler. Senior leader into the game indeed. Pass. Low post to Tillman. Gets behind the defense. Puts it up. A lot of contact. No foul. Tillman wanted that one. Rebound by Penn State. Penn State going to dribble up the right wing perimeter. Shot fake, bounce pass now right baseline, moves it over. Into the key here to Stevens. Stevens trying to back his way. Jumper, off the mark, no good. Rebound by Michigan State. Tillman gets another board. 7:30 left to go. A great game here. They have it now at the left wing into the hands of Winston. Winston with the basketball. Over to the top of the key. Winston still with the ball. Bounce pass. Floater. In the key money. Malik Hall hits it for 2 more. 67-62. 7:10 left to go. Ooh. Who do I think's the greatest trio in sports? I thought that was an insane year. I don't know anymore. When the Celtics won the title and they did it with Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen, that Celtics team was stacked. That's the greatest trio as far as I could remember. That trio I would have to put there. That has to be stacked right there. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I don't know anymore. He posted my reaction for the Celtics buzzer beater. Incredible, man. Gonna have to take a look at that when they do have a chance. Currently, we're just on break. Michigan State up by 5, 67-62, and a good one. They were trailing by 19 points, folks, in the first half. 19 points they were down in the first half, and crazy. Crazy what 40-minute college basketball can do with you. Especially in this game. This game is completely messed with the mind. Right now, we're just on a TV timeout. If you guys enjoy what they do on the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here as I call play-by-play basketball. If you're new or a first-timer, let me know down in the chat below who you're rooting for in this game. If you're a Penn State fan or a Sparty fan here, type in Sparty if you like Michigan State. If you're Penn State, feel free to type in Penn State on this one. For the stream right now. For the leading scorers tonight, Michigan State, 4 players with double-digit points. Leading the way is Xavier Tillman with a double-double tonight. 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 blocks by Tillman. Massive performance tonight by Rocket Watts. 18 points by Rocket Watts. 10 points by Cassius Winston, alongside 7 assists by Winston tonight, and 10 points by Aaron Henry. For Penn State, the leading scorer is Myron Jones, 16 points. He had 12 of those off of 4 3-point shots in the first half. 12 points by Mike Watkins and 10 by Lamar Stevens right now. Lamar Stevens shooting a very low 3 for 16 from the floor, though. We get a scoreboard update, so we'll take it. Cincinnati has come from behind, and they are leading now against South Florida, 60-58. 5 minutes left to go. So that's the score right there. So keep on updating you guys. Cincinnati was getting smacked around, and they have come back, and they lead South Florida by 2. Other games, Rutgers obliterating Maryland tonight, 62-44. Rutgers is beating and banging Maryland all over the place. South Carolina has defeated Mississippi State. Mississippi State's chances of making the tournament doesn't look too hot right now as they lose against South Carolina 83-71. Says a lot about the South Carolina team who lost against Stetson and Boston University at the beginning of non-conference play. South Carolina still has a chance to make the tournament, by the way. Other games going on right now. Richmond leading Davison. They have pulled away 69-59. 4:10 left remaining. VCU leads Duquesne 61-54. Other games going on in college basketball here. There's a couple games going on in the A-Sun tournament. Liberty leading a tight one. Oh, goodness. 48-42 with 2 minutes left remaining. 48 points. That is it by Liberty. With 2 minutes left to go against New Jersey Institute of Tech. Liberty, by the way, with a record of 27-4 in the Atlantic Sun quarterfinals right now. Where is Vaughn? I don't know anymore. Puts out. He's probably in John's stream right now. John is doing a hockey stream on Off the Wall Hockey as well right now. He's doing Bruins versus Lightnings. Or Bruins versus Tampa Bay he's doing. Hey, welcome to the channel. Sunny Jin, hang low. Thanks so much for stopping by, liking Sparty in this one. Welcome to the channel, man. I appreciate it. I call play-by-play of college basketball games, NBA, the March Madness tournament, so make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub if you enjoy the content here on the channel. We're back to action. Penn State with the basketball. 6:50 left to go. As the Nittany Lions have it, right elbow into the hands of Mike Watkins. Mike Watkins passes it back outside. Over to Miles Dredd. Dredd takes a deep 3, contested. Not even a chance. It's an air ball, and it's going to be shot clock violation by Penn State. Terrible, terrible possession there by the Nittany Lions. Sparty will get back to basketball. They lead by 5. Michigan State was trailing by 19 at one point, and now they're up by 5 points. They were up by 10 points a few minutes ago. Malik Hall will be the inbound passer. 6:40 left to go. Malik Hall puts into the hands of Cassius Winston. Winston now dribbles past the half-court logo for Michigan State. Winston now dribbles to the right wing. Makes his move inside. Low post Winston. Floats it. Up in the air. The ball was blocked, but it's going to be a blocking foul by Penn State. Picking up the foul, number 5, Jamari Wheeler for the Nittany Lions as we got 6.5 left to go. So 2 shots coming up by Winston at the free throw line. 6:30 left to go remaining in the game. First shot, Cassius Winston, the number 1 free throw shooter in the conference, hits the first one. Sparty up by 6. 68-62. Second free throw coming up at the line right now by Cassius Winston. And that shot is up. No good off the front rim. Missed by Winston. Rebound by Penn State. 6-point game still. Basketball over to the Nittany Lions past half court. They have it at the top of the key over to Harar. Harar hands it off now to Dredd. Swings it over left wing. Dribble drive inside. Passes back to the right corner. Lundy with the basketball. Seth Lundy takes a 3 off the mark. No good. Rebounded in the key by Xavier Tillman. Having one hell of a performance here with another double-double. Tillman picks up double-double number 14 of the season tonight. 14 rebounds. His career high is at 16. Tillman has the basketball. Top of the free throw circle. Moves it over now to Winston. Winston has it for Michigan State. Dribble drive. Inside. Floater. No good. Tillman tried to go up for a ball. Pinwheels out of bounds though. Last touch, the tip-off by Malik Hall. It tipped off his knee, and it goes out of bounds as Tillman went for the rebound, accidentally tipped it off of Malik Hall, and it goes out of bounds. 5:45 left to go. Penn State will get back to basketball. Xavier Tillman tonight for Sparty, 19 points, 14 rebounds. Penn State did lead by 19 points. They have blown that. Penn State with the basketball, trailing by 6 now. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub, as I call play-by-play. Nittany Lions have it. Left baseline dribble. Into the hands of Myron Jones. Swings it back out to the left wing. Dribble drive. Inside. Crosses. Double teamers. No good. They try to get the tip in. First one they couldn't, but the second one they could. John Harar puts it through on the second tip in. Puts it to a 4-point game. 68-64. 5:15 left to go. Michigan State with the basketball. Dribbling left wing perimeter. Into the hands now of Cassius Winston. Winston dribbles now to the right wing. Double team trap set up. Penn State gets the steal. Here they go numbers. 3-on-2 fast break. Penn State going to the hole. Puts it up too high off the backboard. No good to get the offensive rebound. Puts it inside the Harar. Harar jumper. Floats it up. It's in. 2-point game here. 2-point game at the moment here, folks. 68-66. John Harar with a huge shot right there in the key. Massive rebound he got over everybody. What a game going on. 4:40 left remaining. Michigan State with the basketball. Top of the key. Hands it off now. Into the hands of Rocket Watts. Oh, nice pass inside. Inside to Tillman, but he gets blocked. And Xavier Tillman will go to the free throw line, shoot 2. 4:34 left to go on the clock right now. 2-point Sparty lead. Penn State looking like big chokers for sure, Vegas Vix. They choked a week ago against Rutgers. They won by 1. And they were up by 19, and they have blown that. Now they're down by 2, though. Michigan State trying to close it out here. We'll see if they can in the final 4:34. Sparty at the free throw line with Xavier Tillman. First shot's up. First shot, he gets it. That one's good. 3-point game. Second shot by Tillman. Coming up at the free throw line in just a moment. Incredible game here tonight here, folks. Second shot coming up at the free throw line by Tillman. Hits that one. Back to a 4-point lead by Sparty. 70-66. Penn State with the basketball. 4.5 left to go. Xavier Tillman. He's got 21 points. That's tied for his career high. Penn State has the basketball. Top of the key with Myron Jones. Dribbles out to the right wing perimeter. Over to Lundy. Lundy with the basketball. Moves it back to Watkins. Now to the left wing perimeter. They dribble now to the top. 3 ball up in the air by Penn State. And we get a foul before the shot by Malik Hall. Malik Hall picks up the reach and foul. So it's going to happen before the shot. So Penn State will inbound it. Malik Hall in some foul trouble. 4 points, 4 fouls in this game right now for Malik Hall. Penn State in the 1-1 bonus just missed a free throw. Michigan State gets the rebound. And we have a stoppage in time on the rebound here. 4:13 left to go. It's going to be another foul by Michigan State. They picked it up on the rebound, so Michigan State pushed off to get the ball off the rebound. So that puts Penn State now into the double bonus to shoot free throws. Michigan State's in the bonus, Penn State though in the double bonus. So 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here by the Nittany Lions. 4:13 left remaining. I don't know anymore putting in the fight song here. Fight, fight, hurrah, team, fight, victory for MSU. He likes in this one for Sparty. So 2 shots here coming up at the free throw line for number 11 for Penn State, Lamar Stevens. If you guys enjoy my channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub as I call play-by-play basketball, college basketball here on the channel. And welcome in, Sunny Jin Hang Low. Welcome to the channel, man. Liking the white and green of Sparty for this one. Penn State missed the first free throw. Second free throw, that one goes down at the line by Lamar Stevens. 3-point game, 70-67. We approach the 4-minute mark remaining. Michigan State now with the basketball. Into the hands of Rocket Watts. He has 18 points today. His career high is 21. Rocket Watts, the freshman, passes over to Winston. Winston at the right wing, guarded by Wheeler. Winston lobs over now to Tillman. Tillman backing his way on Stevens. Inside the low post, passes over to Winston. Clean 3 in the air, no good. Hit the front rim. Offensive rebound, though. Massive rebound by Michigan State. They'll set it up at the top of the key. Spartans with the basketball. Hand off to Winston. Winston dribbles. Right baseline. Low post. Passes over to Hall. Hall moves it back over to the right wing. Henry. Oh, nice feed over. They take a deep 2. It's up. No good. Air ball. They try to tip it up, and it's going to go out of bounds. Who's it out of bounds by? It's going to be out of bounds by Michigan State. Malik Hall. Malik Hall last touched at Penn State. We'll get back to basketball. 3:27 left to go on the clock. Huge game going on between these two teams. What a game. Hey, welcome in here. Finn, my man. Thanks so much for stopping by. He hopes those are C's colors go green and white because of Penn State. And this one he puts out green and white for Sparty. So they've got the C's colors in this one. My man, welcome back on the channel, Finn O'Hara. I appreciate it, bud, for stopping by. Who do I think's going to win March 7th, Kansas or Texas Tech? I'm going to go Kansas there. Texas Tech might not even be in the tournament. They lost the crusher yesterday against Baylor. They might not even be in the tournament. If Texas Tech does lose against Kansas, and then it all depends on who they get seeded up against in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, they're going to have to sweat it out. If Texas Tech does lose against Kansas, then if they do so lose in the first round of the Big 12 tournament against a team, say it's like somebody like a TCU or like a Kansas State, whoever to get seeded up against, then they're going to have to sweat it out to see if they even get a seed into the tournament for Texas Tech. Because they've dropped the past couple weeks from being a 7 seed all the way back to a 10 or an 11 right now for Texas Tech. So they might not even make the tournament depending on how that game goes against Kansas and if they are a one and done in the Big 12 tournament. Hey, welcome in, Mason Troyer. Thanks so much for stopping by. He's watching Sparty in this one. Welcome on to the channel. We're going to go scoreboard update for everybody right now since we're on a TV timeout. We got in this game 3 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. Xavier Tillman with a massive double-double performance, 21 points, 14 rebounds for Sparty. 2 blocks also. Rocket Watts with 18 points. Cassius Winston, 11.7 assists and 10 points by Aaron Henry. Cincinnati leads South Florida, 67-62. Cincinnati on the bubble. Rutgers crushing Maryland tonight, 67-46. Rutgers needs that to keep their hopes alive. South Carolina beat Mississippi State in tonight's game, which is in danger now. Mississippi State's in danger to miss the tournament. Richmond came out in the second half. They controlled the game against Davison. Richmond going to win this game over Davison tonight. They lead by 12 in the final 115. VCU, close game against Duquesne, 63-61. So a lot of good basketball out there, folks. So right now we're on the TV timeout. Yeah, Vegas Vic's putting out. He doesn't think that Texas Tech's going to be in the tournament. It's tight, man. It's tight. If they lose against Kansas on Saturday, it all depends. If they beat Kansas, they're in the tournament. If they lose against Kansas, they're in trouble. And then if they lose in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, say to somebody like a TCU or a Kansas State, somebody who's not even on the radar to make it into the tournament, Texas Tech's going to be out. Texas Tech will be out if they lose to that type of team. Let's see. I'm gonna bring it up. Still, we're on TV timeout here, guys. Let me know down in the chat below who you're rooting for in this game. If you're a Michigan State fan or a Penn State fan, let me know down in the chat below. Hey, what is good, Mason? Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by. Yeah. So if Texas Tech has a terrible loss in the bracket in the Big 12 tournament in the first round, they're not gonna make it into the tournament if they lose the last 2 games. If they lose in the first round to any of these teams, Oklahoma State, which they already did lose against Oklahoma State, they do lose again. That's a problem. If they lose against Oklahoma State or Iowa State or Kansas State or TCU, they're not gonna make it in. Not gonna make it into the tournament. All right, we're back to action. 3:10 left to go. Michigan State battling for the basketball right there as Penn State missed the jumper. It's out of bounds by Penn State, so Michigan State will get it back. Hey, welcome in, Ethan Roberts. Thanks so much for stopping by on the channel. Finding my channel, I appreciate it. 3:09 left to go. Michigan State will get back to basketball. 3-point lead by Sparty. Malik Hall will be the inbound passer now for Michigan State. Welcome in, AK16. Thanks so much for stopping by. He's got me awesome, man. He's got an NBA scoreboard update for me. Celtics taking on the Nets, 56-43. Nice lead by the Celtics against the Nets. That's awesome, man. Pelicans up by 3 against the T-Wolves, 51-48. Thunder taking on the Clippers. Clippers up by 5, and that one 47-42. Inside the low post, Xavier Tillman puts it up and in off the backboard. He is 1 point away shy. Oh, he got it. He actually got it. He got his career high in that last possession, 72-67. So that is now a career high for Xavier Tillman. 23 points by Tillman in this game. Jumper in the key by Watkins. Watkins gets it blocked. It's going to be a blocking foul by Michigan State, though. 2:35 left to go. It's a 5-point lead by Michigan State. It's a 72-67. So we're going to have 2 foul shots coming up by Penn State right now. By Lamar Stevens. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here as I call play-by-play. First shot coming up by Stevens. The shot's up, and that one's off the mark, no good. Missed free throw by Penn State. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to do, Pulse. Thanks so much for the suggestion, man. I appreciate it, bud. It's just a lot to just keep on clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. That's the only thing here. Second shot, that one's up, that one's through. Because I know a lot of people do that for, like, the hockey streams, and they constantly forget to stop the clock for their play-by-play streams. 4-point game, 2.5 left to go on this one. If you guys enjoy the play-by-play, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub. I call play-by-play for college basketball games, NBA, March Madness tournament here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to join me after this one. Kentucky takes on Tennessee for the second game. I'll be covering after this one finishes up. Michigan State with the basketball, 2:10 left to go. Bounce pass over to the left elbow. Into the hands now of Aaron Henry, and that's going to be a reach-in committed by Penn State working on Henry. So number 5, Jamari Wheeler picks up the foul. And that is foul number 4 for Wheeler for Penn State today. Rough game for him with only 3 points, which sends Aaron Henry to the 1-1 bonus. So Henry to shoot a 1-1 at the free throw line now for Michigan State. They lead by 4 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. Vegas Vic's putting out, how come you realize that Tobias Harris is a Clipper now? What? First shot, no good. He missed it off the back iron. Missed there by Aaron Henry at the free throw line. Penn State with the basketball. They got it now at the right elbow perimeter. Moves it back into the right wing now. Dribble drive inside. Myron Jones. Low post. Oh, with a block right there. Swat that right out. Malik Hall with a massive block by Sparty. Michigan State with the basketball back into the hands of Winston. 1:45 left remaining here. Cassius Winston dribbles, and they're going to take a timeout. Minute 45 left to go. It's a 4-point lead by Michigan State. What a game in this one, folks. Michigan State was trailing by 19 points. They started out on a 25-3 run to start out the second half. Just an insane half number 2 between these two teams. Michigan State outscoring Penn State in the second half, 41-22 right now as we have 1:45 left to go on the clock as Tom Izzo just called a timeout. Let me know down in the chat below if you're a Michigan State fan or a Penn State fan. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you really enjoy what I do as well. I call play-by-play here, college basketball, NBA, the March Madness tournament on the channel. I'm Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Welcome all tonight. Xavier Tillman reaching a career high here for him for Michigan State. 23 points, 14 rebounds. A career high 23 points tonight for Xavier Tillman, the big man for Michigan State. His 14th double-double this season. Also got 2 blocks in this one. Cassius Winston, 11 points and 7 assists. Rocket Watts having a great game once again here for the freshman. 18 points for Rocket Watts tonight. 10 points by Aaron Henry. Malik Hall just had a massive block just a few moments ago. That was the 5th one in the game for Michigan State. For Penn State, leading scorer tonight, Myron Jones, 16 points, 12 of those in the first half of 4 straight three-point shots to enter this one for Myron Jones. But other than that, he's been mostly silent in the second half. 12 points by Lamar Stevens. It's been a rough game by Lamar shooting the ball from the floor today. 3 for 17 shooting today in the court by the leading scorer. He's usually averaging 17 this year by Lamar, and 12 points by Mike Watkins. So that's what the numbers look like so far. And this one, we'll get right back to action here. 1:45 left to go on Michigan State. We'll get back to basketball. So Michigan State inbounds now. They have it at the right wing of the perimeter. Sparty has it into the hands of Winston. Winston dribbles to the top of the key. Bounce pass over to the right wing now to Henry. Henry with the basketball. Dribbles now, makes his move into the key. Pro hop. Henry puts up the jumper, banks it up, and then 2 more off the backboard. This time by Aaron Henry. Michigan State up by 6, 74-68, and a good one tonight here. Henry with 12. Penn State has the basketball, 1:20 left to go. They got at the left baseline, low post, puts up the layup. It is blocked by Tillman, but they're going to call him on the blocking foul, though. 1:16 left to go. Tillman didn't like it, and the refs call him on the blocking foul on the low post. So 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here by Penn State. Oh, man, Duquesne's still losing, man. Sorry to hear that, brother. It's been, still a tight game, 67-61 with about 3 minutes left to go. First shot, Lamar Stevens hits it at the free throw line for the Nittany Lions. It's a 5-point game. Tough night for Bowling Green. Oof. After they came off a massive win a week ago, the whole MAC it's up for grabs. It's all going to depend on who's the best team a week from today in the MAC tournament. Second shot, that one's up and good at the free throw line. 74-70 now. Michigan State with the basketball. They got to get it past the half-court logo. They do. Into the hands now of Winston. Winston with 1:05 left to go on the clock. 4-point Michigan State lead. Cassius Winston dribbles to the left wing of the perimeter. Winston with the basketball. Oh, he lost control of it. He thought it was out of bounds by Penn State, but it's going to be out of bounds by Cassius Winston. That is massive. So Penn State will have a chance. Tom Izzo talking to the refs right now to see if they can check that up. If they can look at that at the review board or anything. But this is going to be a big call. Winston, oh yeah, it was clearly out of bounds by Winston. Cassius Winston, a rarity right there, just took his eyes off the basketball as he dribbled with it, lost control of it, and it went out of bounds. That is a rare turnover by Cassius Winston as he was working on number 5 for Penn State, Jamari Wheeler. Let's see, was it tapped out by Wheeler? Doesn't look to appear to be so. It looked like Winston clearly lost it here in the replay. We're taking a look at it right now. Now, Wheeler does try to get a hand in there, but I don't think it touches the basketball at all. It looks like Winston was the last one. Yeah, clearly Winston, it looks like, was the last one to touch the basketball, it seems like. Hey, welcome in here, Ken. Thanks so much for stopping by. MTG, my man, welcome back in here. This is a massive, massive call. They're going to the review board right now. Feel free, after this one is over, I'll be back. I'm going to join it in progress. Tennessee versus Kentucky a little bit later tonight after this one is over, and then I'll have to change the teams up on the board. It'll be a separate stream, by the way. They're taking a look to see who this was last out of bounds on. They're pausing the video right now. I can't see any evidence about that. Oh, that looks, fingertips are on the ball by Winston. That should be out of bounds by Winston, it appears to be. We'll get you the official call in just a minute here. If you guys are a first-timer on the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here as I call play-by-play basketball, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I call college basketball games, NBA games, the March Madness tournament as well. We got 58 seconds left to go in this one. This is a huge call in the court here, guys. This is being under review right now, official review on the game right now to see if Cassius Winston turned over the basketball out of bounds. This would be huge for Penn State to get right back in it in this game. Massive, massive game. Oh, hello. Hello, Cindy and Emma. Thanks so much for watching the video here. So Cindy and Emma say hello. They think you're like one of the family. I appreciate it. So welcome on the channel here, Cindy and Emma. This is such a tough call. They've still yet to finalize what the call is. Still looking at the review board right now for a massive, massive call. That'll go on the court. Yesterday, I called the Texas Tech game against Baylor, and the possession arrow to end the game went over to Baylor, and it basically did Texas Tech. It basically was unfortunate for Texas Tech. By the way, Rutgers is leading Maryland 74-60 with the final 2 minutes left to go. So that's a scoreboard update of how Rutgers is doing with Maryland tonight in that game. Alabama taking on Vanderbilt. That game is 23-22. Alabama, very slim chance of making it in at this point. VCU leading by 1 against Duquesne, 68-67. Richmond wins against Davison tonight, 80-63. As far as the bubble, I'm just going to take a look, see the other game going on. There's a couple other Big Ten games going in action today. So it's going to, actually, they're going to take a look at the review board, and they say that it's going to go back to Michigan State. It was out of bounds by Penn State, so tipped out of bounds by Penn State. They roll it out, so Michigan State will get back to basketball. Here's Sparty with it. They have it, burst the speed, dribble drive inside, floats it up, and they got it, rolls around the rim. They get the 2-point connection right there by Michigan State. 76-70 inside. Cassius Winston put it up. He got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line and shoot 1. Great work by Cassius Winston coming in the clutch. 50 seconds left to go. Puts it up. Blows right past Jamari Wheeler. Wheeler commits the foul. Puts it up and in. And Wheeler is fouled out of this game here for the Nittany Lions. 76-70. Cassius Winston. Number 1 free throw shooter in the Big Ten. Going to the line to shoot 1. He can put up Michigan State here by 7 if he hits this one. He's only 2 for 4 tonight, though, at the line. The shot's up, and he's got it. Cassius Winston hits it. 7-point Sparty lead. Penn State with the basketball, and there are 50 seconds left to go. Dribbles past the half-court logo. Myron Jones has it now at the left wing. Tough defense now by Michigan State. They pass it over to the Lamar Stevens. Stevens bounce pass to the left wing. Going inside here. Penn State floater. That one no good off the backboard to get the offensive rebounds. Inside Stevens puts it in. Stevens gets fouled with 35 in the clock. And he'll go to the free throw line, shoot 2. Lamar Stevens with 35.6 left to go on the clock will shoot 2 now for Penn State at the line. If you guys enjoy what I do here, I call basketball games. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. I call play-by-play here on the channel. March Madness Tournament, college basketball, NBA. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Welcome on the channel here. Let me know down in the chat below if you're a fan of Michigan State or if you're a fan out on the channel here at Penn State. 7-point game, 35.6 left to go. Timeout taken on the court. And also Malik Hall is fouled out for Michigan State. So Penn State will go to the line after this timeout with Lamar Stevens, and he'll shoot 2. Alright, so here we go. Lamar Stevens. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line right now for the Nittany Lions. 35.6 on the clock. He is 8 for 12 at the free throw line tonight. 73% this season. The Don't Choke party is up to Sparty right now. They were down by 19 points. They were up as much as by 10 points. And now they're up by 7, but the first shot's good. Make it 6. 77-71 as Stevens hits the first one. 13 points in the second half by Lamar Stevens. And he missed the second one. Hit the front rim. Rebound by Michigan State. Henry passes it out. Oh, nice full court pass right ahead of the pack. 2-on-1 fast break here. Michigan State going to dribble back. And Penn State commits the foul. A lot of time just went off the clock. 28 seconds left to go. So they just allowed 7 seconds to go off the clock by Penn State. After this, I'll be calling Tennessee against Kentucky. That game will be a play-by-play join in progress, by the way, as that game is already tipped off. Kyle Arns will go to the free throw line now for Michigan State. 77% this season. First shot's up, first shot's good. Arns drills it. It's back to 7. Second shot coming up by Sparty here by Kyle Arns at the free throw line. Arns for his second. And he drills it. It's good as well. 79-71, Sparty with the final 25 seconds left to go. Penn State with the basketball now. They got at the right wing perimeter. Gotta take a three. They do with Myron Jones. It hits the rim short, no good. Tipped around to get the offensive rebound. Jones passes. Right corner three. Stevens off the mark, no good. Rebound by Tillman. That's going to be the ball game here. 13 seconds. Penn State will not foul. Michigan State gets a rebound. And what a comeback tonight here by Sparty. Down by 19. Down by 15 at halftime. They get the victory. An incredible second half here tonight. Outscoring Penn State 48-25 in half number 2. To come from behind in this one and get a W here from Michigan State in this game. Massive, massive performance on the court here by Sparty tonight as they improved to 21-9 overall, 13-6 in the Big Ten, and they have won 4 straight in a row, catching fire at the right time here as we are now into March. Thank you guys so much for stopping by here on the channel. Make sure before you sign off, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub. Thank you guys so much here for dropping by on the channel. Hit the notification bell as well for this one on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Join me back. I'll be calling another game. So if you want to see me call another game, I'll be back for Tennessee versus Kentucky right after this one. So ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified. Tennessee versus Kentucky. We're going to be doing a play-by-play of that one right after. Hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by. My man MTG, thank you so much, man, for dropping by. Sunny Jin, welcome on the channel here. Max, my man, thank you so much for being a part here. I appreciate here. Big win by Sparty here tonight in this one. And this team is catching fire right at the right time. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. And feel free to drop on by if you guys would like the Tennessee versus Kentucky after this. I'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your night.